Mhm. And why did you get lost? Oh, my back hurts. I have in the morning. I am going to be sore. I've I have fallen today. No wonder they be asking, have you fallen in the last 3 months? I guess when they feel like you gotten old, that's you eating some cheese puff. Mm, okay. Uh, yeah, because every time I go to the hospital, that's the first thing they say. Just wait till you get old enough, NYW, and you'll start seeing your appointment, your yeah, I was yeah, your appointments is gonna be at the geriatric department. They first gave me the appointment. I was like, geriatrics? I ain't that damn old. Why I have to go to the geriatrics department? Gee, gee, geriatrics. I was like, damn. They couldn't say adults. They said geriatrics. And then when you go, when you go to the doctor's appointment, they ask you the same question. Have you fallen in the last 3 months? I used to look at them and say, no. Oh, I forgot you. You ain't made it to the big 50 yet. Well, you just wait. I'd be like, no, like something wrong with that. Why you ask me if I fallen? Yeah, now I know why they ask. My ass, I felt, I'm so glad it wasn't no camera. I'm glad nobody was monitoring the camera because they would have been laughing. I got done. I was like, I can't believe I tripped over the damn bed. My legs are scarred up. My my shins. I had scarred up shins. I got bruises on my legs. And my hands on the inside said, when have you remembered that you injured your palms of your hands? When you fall and grabbing, reaching for anything. Mm-mm. So next time I go to the doctor and they say, "Have you fallen in the last 3 months?" Yes. Then they be looking at you like, "Did you trip? Why'd you fall?" Yeah, I tripped. Yeah, I had to start over StreamYard. Um, YouTube's recorded is junk. It's not any good. You just had to, yeah, I had to start over. Yeah, and and they ask you another question too. Uh, every time you go to the doctor, Have have anybody been hitting you, or is there anybody at home that you're afraid of? I look at my like, no, absolutely not. Anybody been hitting on you? I'll be looking at them like, do it look like somebody hitting me? So get ready. When you get 50, oh yeah. Are you safe at home? Yeah. Yeah. How you know? Are you safe at home? Hey, Latoya. They still do. I was like, what? You look like somebody be hitting on me. Yeah, they slide them questions. The first time I heard, I was like, you asking me that? And then I think, oh well, some elderly people are not safe at home. I'm not safe at home. I run into these walls. I'm not safe. I, I don't even want to say how what I did. I thought I lifted my leg up high enough. You know how you take the mattress, the box springs and mattress out. You just have the frame of the bed. Well, I went to step over in it. Didn't pick my feet up high enough, and I just smacked that floor. And I hit them rails. Those them rails hit my shins, and scarred them all up. I said, "Oh damn! What the heck is wrong with me? I'm already off to get them to look at my messed up toe. That toe that's been messed up out, and then I'm gonna have to get them to look at it. Hey, Toya, look at my
Can you hear me?
huh?
Can you hear me?
Hey, Ro, how you doing? Yeah, I
Can you
can
hear
hear you.
me? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I hear.
You know why the doctors ask
Yeah.
those kind of questions? Because there's a lot of elderly or older, they get abused by their kids and their grandchildren a lot.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah,
And,
yeah.
and with you falling, yeah, and then and then they use the excuse, oh no, I fell, and it's not that they fell, they were getting beat up on.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, but
So they ask those, it's like a wellness, question check. But then
heck,
again, they as
yeah.
you get older, they're gonna ask those kind of questions because you know, um, you know, some people go senile early, and certain things.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
telling you, I wake up with bruises on me, on my arms, look like fingerprints, and I'm like, where did that come from? Where I done bumped into something
Hmm.
and with me being light, I bruised and I'd be like, ow, that hurts. And ain't nobody been hit. Well, me and he doesn't hit on me, but he climbs all over me and he bruises me up.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
my leg was hurting. I was like, why is my leg hurting like that? Because if I sit down for a while, I mean, it's around my ankle, um, like at the front, and when I get up, I be almost I almost fall, but it's like pain. And I was like, what's wrong? What the heck is wrong with my leg? Why is it hurting? And I don't have a clue. What I guess I maybe banged it or something. I don't know.
Well, now I fall a
But I'm gonna
lot
have to
because
get a.
my knees,
Hmm?
my knees hurt a lot. So when I go to bend them to go up the stairs, sometimes I judge wrong And you know how you half judge it and you have to understand you trip up the stairs or something like that. I spend most of my bedrooms upstairs. And I spend most of my time down here because I got like it seems like 15 stairs to go up to the second floor to my bedroom. And I'd be looking at them stairs and I'd be like, hell no. Uh-uh. I'll use the bathroom and everything down here. Hell no. Only go upstairs to shower and that's it. I'll be looking at them stairs. I'll be like, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. And that's how Nehemiah
What'd
gets
you
away
say, purple? No.
when Nehemiah be acting up, he'll run up them stairs because he
A
knows
little
I'm
bit.
run up them stairs behind. As soon as he do, he run upstairs.
Yeah.
That's the first thing
Yeah,
he
the
does.
stairs
Run
get you.
upstairs. Yeah, he'll run up them stairs because he know
I'm
I
so
ain't gonna
glad
go.
I don't have these stairs. I
Yeah,
don't
when I
want
go,
no stairs.
I go up them stairs after him. He when he sees that I go start going up the stairs, he start pleading. He start pleading. I'm sorry, Gigi. I'm sorry. I'm sorry because he knows that when I go to walk up them stairs, it's like that was the last straw. I'm beating your behind. I'm getting you. When he sees that I take out the time to go upstairs, then he be like, "Uh-oh, I'm sorry, Gigi." And he start crying. I won't do it. I won't. You can't hit me. You can't hit me. I'm gonna tell mommy. I said, well, I'm gonna spank your butt and I'm gonna spank your mama's butt too. Mm-hmm. Yep. He has this thing like I'll give
You
him the
ain't got
look.
no stairs.
I
I'll
give
be
him the
sitting on
look.
them stairs and sliding down. Boop, 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 boop.
Mm. I give Nehemiah that look.
I
And when I give him that look, he gets so upset. He said, "Don't be rolling them eyes at me. Don't be rolling them eyes at me." Ooh, he hated when I give him that look. When I give him the look that I'm gonna, that look, I'm gonna kill you when I get you. He be like, "Don't look at me like that." He don't like that. Don't roll your eyes, and I be looking at him like I'm gonna get you. As soon as I get you, you gonna get it. Mm-hmm. That boy is something else.
Mm. Yeah, I
Well,
hit that floor.
downstairs is bad.
I stayed
Sometimes
down there for a while. I was like,
Sometimes that has a lot to do with your eyesight changing. When you start tripping and falling and judging, distances a little bit, that might have something to do with your eyesight where you got to get your eyes checked again. Like me, I can't see without my
yeah,
glasses. Me,
I think I was tired.
I don't lost my driver's
I think
glasses, so I can't drive at night. I can only drive during the day.
yeah, I think I was just tired.
Hmm.
I
That'll
was just
do it.
like, I laid down there for a while. I was like, oh, yeah. When it's that palm of my hand was is sore because I was like, I got this, I got a ladder. Easy money gonna be happy that I got a ladder so I could check out them, what you call them things that beep beep, the smoke
Smoke
alarm.
detector. Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, smoke detector. It's still green. I don't know. I
Oh,
don't know
come to
what's
think
wrong
of
with
it,
him,
I
but
haven't heard it
he's
beep
gonna be
in a
happy.
while. I haven't heard it beep in a
Huh?
while. I haven't heard it beep.
I know it. Yeah,
What
that's what he
happened?
said. What yesterday, day before yesterday? No, it's still green.
Oh,
Mm.
no.
But I'll still get up there and look at it. But I got up on that ladder. I was scared. I don't like climbing ladders.
I have
I
a
got there
fear of
on the top, but
heights.
I had to clean my I got to clean all of my ceilings. They are dirty. That that dust hang on them.
Mhm.
So I got up there, and I was the only thing I could think of is what if what if my big ass fall
Oh,
off
that's.
this ladder? I said I'm gonna
I
be
gotta
one
think
hurt
about
person.
heights. I gotta think about heights. Oh my God. I once I get up there,
See, I
it's like now I gotta get down
mhm.
there. How am I gonna do this? And it could be a little bit. It could be just standing up on the couch. I don't have my balance like I used to, so I'm scared of heights.
I just kept looking down there. I was like, man, I got up here, but I was looking down there. It was a long way down there too. I was
Hmm.
like, dang. I tried to get my grandson. He was like, I couldn't get him to get up there. So I got like one, two, three, four more ceiling fans to go.
You hear Purple? Purple's getting wasted with a new friend. Who's your new friend that you ain't tell us about? What about this new friend?
What wasted with?
She talking about she getting
Uh,
wasted. She done getting wasted with my new friend. Who's your new friend, boo? Who's is it a boo or just a friend? Or you working on it?
she's probably working on it. What you drinking? So, oh. there ain't much to work on. We go on the lake. I'll go live. Ooh, look at her now. Going on lake. Don't you be going on no lake.
I'm like, honey,
Wait,
please. You remember that song Under the Boardwalk? Mm-hmm. A lot
what
of
you
things
say?
going on underneath that
She won't
boardwalk.
last long.
I can't drink.
Papa said she won't last long.
I don't last long drinking
You know
anyway.
when I fell on my boob. It hurt.
Oh wow. Wow. That's
Mm-hmm.
not good. Contusions. You gotta be careful with that. That could lead to some serious issues. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Fifi.
When you going back to your reads, girl, woman? When you going back to your reads?
I'm going to. I'm start. I probably start tomorrow. Yeah, I may start tomorrow. Probably will. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I'm supposed to. Yeah, I am. And I, I just couldn't. Ooh, that hurt when I fell on my. I was like, ah.
Hey, Fifi, Fifi's
I
in
said,
there.
that hurt.
Fifi's in
Yeah,
the house.
Fifi, you feel better?
Hey, I haven't heard Fifi in a
8 officers
long
were
time.
arrested for the beating of two people over a seatbelt. You know what? I don't understand.
A
I'm
seatbelt.
not understanding.
Oh,
Something
simply.
is not right.
I hate. You
This
know
don't
what?
make no sense. It don't
When
make.
you know what, Dcop? When I see, like, I go on Facebook and they be showing you different things, I can't. It. I can't even watch it anymore. It upsets me so bad. I can't even watch them. And I see them wrong there, and they're all white cops. And I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Even,
It's
I
like
can't
they
even.
don't even care.
I'm like, oh my God, I can't. I just have to. I see a little bit, and I have to scroll by it because it puts such a hardening in my heart. And it's like,
Yep.
and I have
Yep.
Caucasian in my family because I have my cousins, they're interracial, they have married white women. And I know
Mm-hmm.
they're cool, but I don't know how their family is. Because just because you married a
Yeah.
white woman doesn't mean their family is okay with it.
For me.
And I just get so
Mm-hmm.
upset. Or you find out they say that
Yeah.
no, everything's cool until something happens, and then all of a sudden you see the you see the real them. But I just get so upset over a seatbelt violation. Seriously,
Yeah.
I
That's
understand
that's
Purple in New
crazy.
Orleans, but you know why? New Orleans, man. I have They did a documentary about 2 years ago on New Orleans. Y'all still got you still got plantations that are running.
In New Orleans. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said
Oh,
that there are
Fifi, I didn't
families.
know.
And I was like, what? I thought that was for show. No, my daughter went there about 11 years ago. And She said black folks still, when a white woman, a person is walking on the sidewalk, they come off the sidewalk and walk in the street to black people, and they still freely use that N word. Hmm. My sister said there's still plantations. I said nah. She said yes. And then I saw a documentary. I seen it about 2 or 3 years ago.
Mm.
Oh,
No,
some people. Oh,
we haven't had it. We haven't had it in for about what about 3 or 4 Wednesdays. Um, we taking a break. Just taking a break, and I'm gonna have to uh find some more find some more ladies to for the um for the
yeah.
panel.
Yeah, purple.
Hmm.
It's like, and they're not just, these are families like one generation after another. And and I see their homes are still like up on center blocks. I'm like, who has a home up on center blocks? That's why when Katrina came along, yeah, when Katrina came along, that's why it was so easy for them to be wiped away too. Yeah, they showed homes that were still on center blocks. Yes. And they showed generation of families that were still working on plantation, meaning that they're still plantation owners. They don't call them slaves, of course not, but they call them plantation owners, and they still work for the family, the original plantation, from generation to generation.
Yeah, I've sit and watched too many of those police brutality videos, and
And they
I
upset you,
did
right?
watch. I think it was yeah, because I had no idea that it was that much brutality, police brutality. No clue. I
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I and some of the stuff that I seen was like
Your
unbelievable.
eyes got big. You right? You were like, my uncle's a former ID internal affair no IA internal affairs, and he says the things that he sees, he says some of it surprises him and some of it don't, because when he was the first black police officer here in my town that rode a motorcycle. And you know why he was able to get the motorcycle? Because the white police officer wouldn't allow him to ride the beat with him in the car with him. So they gave him a motorcycle for him to do the beats by himself. Isn't that something? And that was in the 60s. That was in the
I've watched
60s.
some of those brutality. Um, I mean, I'm just speechless. Beating, beating this guy that was in one of those restraint chairs. It was nothing he could do, and he was just
And they were
beating
beating
the
him.
crap out the guy, huh?
He probably was mad at
Nothing,
his
there's
girlfriend or wife
nothing.
or something. And a lot of officers that are
And
like that, they're domestic violence at home. And purple, yeah, you're telling me, if we go deep into the hood, it's still like slavery days. That I believe it, because they did a documentary on it. They dress poor, talking about a house dress. Oh my God. They were look so poor. They look like they were from the 1800s. Like during the Wild Wild West, how the poor women dressed.
mhm.
That's what they looked like, and they were black.
This man, the last one that I seen, because I remember NYW, I told you you had to stop watching because I was watching them all day long. It's that many I could watch them from the time I woke up, if I ever went to sleep. I would watch it continuously all day long, and I
But
had to stop because
yeah, 'cause
I
what it
was,
was doing to your
I,
spirit, you were getting angry, right?
yeah, it was breaking me. I will cry at some of them because
You
they
can't do nothing.
would it's unbelievable, crazy. I mean, stuff that you would, no way in hell that I would think you would put a guy in handcuffs. This guy was, he was drunk. Okay, drunks are the worst type of people to have to deal with because they just don't pay attention. They don't follow instructions. If you're
Because they're
having a
not
bad
somebody.
day, they
Mhm.
piss you off. Yeah, but not like that. I mean, and there haven't been one that pissed me off like that. This guy, there was like five of these deputies. Okay, so he didn't have to be like that. He was a sergeant. He standing there, a redneck, with his hands on his hips,
With a big belly,
and the
right?
guy was, he didn't have one. This one didn't have one. Now the guy was small. He was getting ready. They was getting ready to take him into the elevator,
Mm.
and they told him to do something, uh, and they grabbed him and they threw him on the concrete floor. And that guy, they said, you can't make me believe that a human being would try to bite your boot while he was down there on the floor. But that's what they said he did. He tried to bite his boot. So he kicked him. And if you could have seen how he kicked that man in his face with them boots,
Mm.
it was so disgusting. And the chief or sheriff, it was sheriff, seen it, just happened to see it. They don't know how it came about because, see, what you have to understand, the chief and all that don't always, those, what are they, the videos, they don't
Mm-hmm.
always get watched. They don't always be seen. The only
Mm-hmm.
time they watch them if there's something that may be wrong or something like that. Otherwise, they don't watch it. And he just happened to get a hold to that one, and he seen he seen that sergeant kick that man in his face with his boot, and he couldn't even take it. He couldn't watch the whole thing, and I couldn't even.
Well, I was watching one on Facebook a few hours ago, and what happened was this black guy, these three white cops, and they were from the sheriff's department, and they came up to him
Yeah.
and they asked this black guy, "What's his name?" And he told them his name. They asked him for ID. He went in his pocket. He got his ID. And he gave it to him. Next thing you know, these three cops say, "You're under arrest." They picked the guy up. He said, "But what did I do? What did I do?" "Never mind. Put your hands behind your back." But in the meantime, instead of allowing him to put his hands behind their back, they're grabbing his hands. They picked him up in a bear hug, three guys, and they threw him on the ground and turned him over. And he's screaming, "What did I do?" And somebody else was taping it. A fourth officer came over and took the ID, said, "You got the wrong guy. We got the guy that you want over there." And guess what? They broke the man's wrist. They broke his arm, and you could see that his wrist was broken. And he's laying on the ground crying, "What did I do?" I didn't do anything.
Because
Another officer came along and took the idea and said, no, you got the wrong guy. We got the guy. He's up over there. And you see the cops up over at the other end locking up this other guy, and he wasn't even getting beat up. But this other guy, these three officers grabbed him, turned him around, and he's hollering, "You're resisting, right?" He says, "I'm not resisting. Put your hands behind the back." He said, "You're not. I can't put my hands because they were all on him. He couldn't move to put his hands behind his back, and they broke his wrist in the handcuffs. To only find out it was the wrong guy, and then they're standing there looking stupid. And if it wasn't for someone recording what they were doing, they probably would have
yep,
did something
they
else.
would have.
Came up with what it was is that somebody was recording what they were doing. This wasn't on their chest cam. This was from someone
Yep,
recording with their phone. That's how they got busted. That's what makes them go back and look at the chest cam.
yeah.
Because other than that, they'll
Mm-hmm.
they'll only show you certain parts and tell you this happened, unless somebody comes up with the whole thing. Then all of a sudden it's like, oops, we didn't get that. You got that, and it's just that the
They would have
city,
lied and said,
yeah. But the city,
said he got they
yeah,
arrested. They would have arrested him for something else and
something, yeah, something else
said
they
he
would have
did
told
something.
them. Uh yeah, and it's like. In the meantime, he was saying he wasn't resisting. He was standing there. He said, "What did I do? What did I do?" And all three officers, big old, you know what? I had my sister and I, and my uncle even told me this. The one that's a former IA. He said during his time, police
Mm-hmm.
officers had to be fit because they had to be able to chase you. They had to be physically fit. If you were
Yeah,
not physically fit, you could not be on the you could not be, an officer. These
yeah.
officers now are fat, sloppy, big old stomach. They ain't gonna chase after you. They're
Mm-hmm.
gonna shoot
Ain't gonna
you.
run.
They're not gonna
Yeah.
run. They're gonna shoot you.
Gonna make sure
They don't give no
they go.
warning, warning shot and all this other stuff. And use
Oh, they gonna
guys,
grab you and they gonna put you in the
yeah,
headlock.
you are trained to when you fire that gun. The gun is to kill you, not to wound you. They said that in
Mm-hmm.
training. The gun,
Yeah.
when you pull that trigger, you're to pull it to kill, not to wound. So that's what the intentions are. So if someone dies, that's what the intentions are. But why are you pulling out your gun if there's no weapon? That's why I say men
Yeah.
should not carry black, brown wallets at all. Honey, if it was my man, I'd tell him, no, you have to have a hot pink wallet. They can't sit there and say that it was a gun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, I really
Yeah.
believe that you shouldn't even keep your registration and stuff like that in the glove compartment. Have that little pouch that goes over your sun visor so you can zip that out. Because just the fact that you going
Uh-huh.
into your glove compartment, they'll say, hold it, or else I'll shoot you. And he's like, you just
Mm-hmm.
me for my registration. Most people have their registration in the glove compartment or in between that little thing that's in the seat, that little compartment that's in between the seat. I think they should make it mandatory now for you to have your license and registration or whatever in the in your sun visor, so that way there'll be less of an issue than thinking that you're pulling a gun out of somewhere.
They're, they're probably the fire
Yes,
reason to shoot.
instead of having your CDs up there for your music, put your IDs up in there. So you can say it's in a visor and you just flip down the visor. Not saying you can't have a gun up there, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
you have more of a chance of them not thinking that there is a gun up there. They can flash a light and say, okay, pull it down, you know. But yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
like that young guy's Castillo. They told him, all right, give me your ID. And he says, okay, I'm going in my back pocket to get it. As soon as he went into his back pocket, he was lit up. You just asked for his ID. He says, okay, it's in my back pocket. And he goes into his back pocket. his back pocket. And then next thing you know, you empty your gun out on him. And the guy got away with it. He got away with it.
Mm, yeah, see, that's crazy.
Right. What you're right in white W. The weapon
They,
is a last resort. My uncle said we're
they can
trained
still
and
go
you're
straight to
only
the
allowed to
face.
pull your weapon if they have a weapon and they're shooting at you. Other than that, if they're
Hmm.
running, you gotta chase them. You gotta chase them down. Because when you're firing your gun, you're also putting people that are around there at danger too.
And
Even when
then,
they shot the man in the back, he could have not. Although he wasn't very far from him, that's why he was able to put those bullets. He was like what, maybe 6 feet, 7 feet ahead of him, and he shot him like that.
yep.
He wasn't that far away from him. That
And
you
then
have
his
to be aware of your
the
surroundings
raffle.
because that bullet could have went through his body and went through a car that was driving by or somebody that was walking by at the time. There was no reason to shoot that man.
Hmm.
And first, everybody was laughing. Even officers were laughing at him because he was drunk and the things he was saying. So we're talking about a funny situation turned into someone dying. That's ludicrous. That's crazy.
Yep. That cop told the white man to not to hot him to not. And that right? Did y'all see the black cop that told the white man to
To
not to not
to what?
something
He did. And the
to to not pick?
cop slapped the piss out of him and arrested him. I heard about it. I didn't see that.
Oh, white man to hit him, and he did, and the cop slapped the piss.
Right. Right.
He told him that
That
he
told
told
the
him
white
that he
man. Mm,
to hit him, and he did.
what? Must have been a white. Oh God. The black cop told the white man to hit him, and he did it. And then
Hit
the
him.
black cop knocked the shit out of him, slapped the piss out of him. That's what you're saying. And arrested him. That was a
Ain't
setup.
no way I
That
would
was
have
a
did
setup.
that. That was a setup.
If a
Yeah,
cop told me to do that,
he
that's because he wants to kill somebody. That was
yeah
a setup. You do
he
not.
wanted
He must have been drunk or something. Oh my God. That's funny, but it is
he
funny.
wanted to slap the
That black
he
cop was
wanted to
looking to beat
slap the
somebody
cat
up.
piss out of him.
That black cop wanted to fight someone
Yeah,
like this can happen. But that ain't right either. That
yeah.
ain't right
He
either.
was
It's
pissed
not
off.
right either. That's not right either. But that was stupid. And he did it. He did it. That was stupid to even do.
No, yeah.
That
I
was
would have
like,
said, man, I'm not slapping you. I ain't going to jail. I'm not going
that's
to jail
like
because
what?
I know as soon as I hit you, I'm going to jail.
Going to jail. They
I
give
ain't
you
going. No,
the
I
reason
ain't
to shoot me. They
going
give
to
you the
you.
reason to shoot me, talking about you were afraid for your
You
life
gon'
or something.
you
I
say
would have
you
said,
gonna beat my ass, and then I'm going to jail.
yeah.
Ain't nothing I can do. Hit me. Oh, come on. Because didn't one of those Karens slap a guy? It was no, it was a cop, wasn't it?
I don't know. Them these
Didn't one
These
of them
Karens that are coming up. Somebody on Facebook made a
Karens are
comment
crazy?
about us calling them Karens. They said calling white women Karens is like calling black people the N word. And we're like, what?
They need to stop. They're making up stuff. Someone named is Karen. You don't
We
find no
made them
white people
Karens.
name. I
It
mean, no
used to be
black person
Becky.
name the
Yeah,
N word. Yeah,
yeah. We got
come on
Becky
now,
and
Karen.
Karen.
Because they acting like Karen. They acting like the
Karen,
Karen.
yeah,
Sitting up
Karen
there
is a
calling the
white
cops.
woman that, yeah, white woman that feels that they have white privilege. That's Karen.
Yeah, they're
You
tired of calling the police on somebody because they in going in their own building.
Well, you
Just
know what? When
craziness.
they do stuff like that, what they're doing is they're like doing something to assassinate you because they know when the cops come, there's a good chance that you might die. They know by calling these cops that you
Yep.
could really get killed. So it's like you're planning a murder. That's what you're doing. That's premeditated. You're planning a murder on someone, and you're just using the police as a pawn.
But they're not getting away with it. They're not getting away with it these days. It's
But you know
backfiring
what,
on them.
DK? I'm gonna lock myself up in really up in the house. If these cops, if this guy gets off with Mr. Floyd, George Floyd, George, the one with the one that shot the guy in the back, the drunk guy, and George Floyd, and what's the other one that was jogging? If they get anything under 15 years, all hell is gonna break loose. All hell is gonna break loose,
Yep.
and these young
And I
people
was
are
so
playing,
pissed. Looking,
and it's like, oh,
I was so
you know what it is?
watching that, watching that attorney. I mean that judge. Give him that guy a bond, 500K.
Yeah, 500,000.
I was like,
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
You remember
I
in
was
the
like,
Color Purple? Do you remember in the movie The Color Purple where what's it? Harpo's girlfriend called Cecilia Heifer. You ain't nothing but an old heifer. Remember? And remember how everybody that bought in the juke joint said, "Look," they all brought up out of the way, and
oh,
what's his name? Lawrence Fishburne closed the piano, and everybody was moving out the way because they knew that
they
she
know
was
what
getting ready to let her have it.
to tear you
You
up.
ain't nothing but an old heifer.
No,
That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen
you
if
know,
these
called
guys,
help.
get off with a slap
Mm-hmm.
on the wrist. I'm be like, oh, time to go, cause the shit is gonna hit the fan. And it's like, oh, come on, we gotta take it for cover, cause they're
No,
gonna go ballistic. That's how this is.
what is
You ain't that old heifer. Mm-hmm.
what is that? What was they was calling that? Was it in was that in New York or Seattle? But they was calling the chop. What's the chop?
I don't know. Chat, answer that. I don't know.
Uh, do you purple somebody know? I kept seeing it in they was calling it the chop. Say something about they was closing the chop down, and it was I can't remember what state it was. I don't know if it was New York or Seattle or from the way it looked. It, I don't. It looked like it was a homeless camp. It looked like it was downtown. Well, I don't know what state it was.
If it was a homeless
So
camp downtown, it's not New York. It wouldn't be New York. Mm-mm. It might have been in
it's like a
Seattle,
homeless camp. I don't know what
because a
it
homeless
looked
camp
like.
is downtown
It
in
looked
New
like
York.
it had some rocks. It looked like it had some rocks in it. One of
What
them,
is it?
like a tent. It looked like it was a tent or something. And I don't know what that. It was downtown. Say it again. They called it the chop
Oh, okay.
when they did the news. When they did the news, they said that they was closing the chop down. Now I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't.
because police
I
officers,
was trying to figure out what the chop was.
I think police
Huh?
officers were going in those camps, and they knew they were all homeless, and they had little tents, and they would tear their homes down and just wreck them. It's like, why be that mean and do something like that to people? The cops will just go in there. White cops will go in there and just tear their homes down, their tents and everything. Tell them to get out of here and tear their home tents down. And there'd be rows and rows. It's. I think it's. I don't think it's Seattle. It must be somewhere in California where it's warm.
Oh, so that's what that was. Oh, because I was one. I just heard them call it, refer to it as the chops, and they were saying something. They was tearing it down. Sounds like California, or Washington, or Oregon. Yeah, and I never could figure out what what they was referring to as the chops. But when they showed it on YouTube, I was seeing it. I was like, "Is that a that sure do look dirty? Is that a homeless camp or something?"
Yeah, homeless camps. The police come in and they tear it down, and it's so sad. It's so
Of
sad,
course, and those
and they
people,
throw their
that's all
belongings
they
all over the
have.
place. Yup, and they throw their
That's
belongings, their food, whatever. They throw it out and they trash it. That's just being mean.
yeah. That's just like in Dallas. Every so often, when it gets bad and they start making the bridges under the bridges look really nasty and trashy.
Mhm.
They'll start they get the trash men or whatever
They start
to
taking them out and cleaning it out.
come in. They just go. They'll go like a certain time of the day because that's when they leave their home, as they call it. They leave
They
all
just,
their stuff
mhm.
and they just get that stuff together, put it in the trash, and they clean it up. Take their little
They
home,
put
their little, as they call it, home, their little cardboard boxes that they make their house of, and they trash it. And I know when them people come back, all their stuff is
that's
gone.
sad.
That's their
All
life.
everything is
That
gone.
little stuff is life. And they
It's
clean it out.
terrible.
They clean it out.
They
Got
also on news local.
the chop zone.
Oh, okay, chop zones. Um, I seen them where they have camps where they go out in the woods and they have like whole homeless communities, and they actually look out for one another and they live out in the woods.
Mm. But
Mm,
what did they had theirs downtown? The ones I seen was that they had theirs downtown on A1W. Was it chop zone? It looked like it was looked like it was downtown. It didn't look like it was in no woods or nothing.
I seen them
Look
with
at that.
families actually made it in. They made their homes in the. It's a whole community, and they're in the woods. I think they're safer in the woods anyway, away from everybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they
We'll have
come
to
and
look at
they
that
clean
because
it up. Honey, these kittens are asleep
mm,
finally. They done ate and went in the bathroom and pooped, and now they in all up here asleep. I am so happy because they be playing and boomeranging off the walls. They jump on me and jump, like rabbits, jump on me onto the furniture. They just be playing. I'd be like, oh my God, oh my God. And Nehemiah's trying to keep
I
up
think
with me.
mine.
Remember, I got three. Only one was supposed to come
Yeah.
home. Three ended up in the vehicle. And I'm telling you, they're cute little something. One is called Nehemiah is black with little gray tips. The fur on it is a little like a smoke gray. Now he calls him Gilbert. That's a little boy. Then we have Scarlet. Scarlet, he calls her Scarla. She is an alpha female. She is a bully. And when you go near her food, when the other cats go near her food, she growls. They got these kind of personalities. And then you have Worm. They called him Worm because he was sick when he was born and they had to deworm him. No, no, no. You don't have to show nobody nothing. Just sit there. And um, And I said, boy, I'm like, I don't like that word worm. I said, our animals that we always had real names, like human names.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, Worm, which is Destiny's cat, he should be called Short
Uh-huh.
Bus because he act a little weird, you know. So I said, we need to call him Short Bus. Oh gosh, she got mad at me. She goes, I know he act a little cuckoo, but don't be calling my cat Short Bus. His name should not in the be worm. It should be called Short Bus. And I go, come here, Short Bus. Come here, Short Bus. And he be coming to my granddaughter gets so mad at me. I said, come on, Short Bus. Come on, let's go eat. Come on, let's go. And here they come. Here they come. Boy, I better not do that too loud because then we don't want to calling them. But they are funny. They're like maybe 2 months old, 2 or 3 months old.
Short bus.
Mhm. Where they're eating
Short
wet
bus.
food.
Oh, you're cute.
Yeah. So it's like short bus. Yeah. Call him short bus. I told her that we didn't get permission from the office to use these cats, so we really need to have human names. So when we call them, they think we're talking to someone human, not no animal. We have to pay $75 per animal to be here a year. Mhm.
Mm.
Mhm. $75 per
Yeah.
animal. I said, you better give them
Well,
a
yeah.
human being. So when they hear us yelling and stuff or talking, they think we're talking to a kid and not no animal. But no,
It's better than dogs. They like their deposits are like $500 deposits.
yeah, a year, yeah, because you know why
Dogs.
they tear up more. And the rules here that you can't have a dog, I think, over 5 pounds or something like that. The rules here. Now, the ones that were grandfathered in, they could keep their dogs. But once that dog dies, you could get another dog, but that dog can't be over 5 pounds. You're not allowed to have German shepherds. You can't have pit bulls, German shepherds. What's the other one with the sharp nose? And they're vicious too. Oh goodness, Doberman Pinscher. You can't have a Doberman
People.
Pinscher. No, pit bull,
Oh,
German shepherd, Doberman Pinscher. Those angry dog. I call them angry dogs.
angry
Can't have
dogs.
anything like that. Yeah, I call them angry dogs. And you have to have insurance.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have insurance. You have a dog, you have to have insurance, property insurance. I have property
Yeah.
insurance,
California.
rather insurance because I have my property gated, and because I had it gated, I have it more private. So once that gate is up, I'm
Mm-hmm.
responsible for everything. So if something happens, they whoever it is sues me and not the what they call it the because I have a co-op. I have a co-op.
Oh,
So yeah, I have a co-op. So and I don't rent
California,
from the
they
co-op. I know
find
as
freeway
well.
underpass.
Huh?
Man, I was reading the MIWs in California. They find freeway underpasses. Yeah, in downstate too. Park benches, beaches, you name it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I used to
yeah,
say.
yeah.
I used to say I wouldn't mind being a beach bum. I
My father
I
used
didn't
to say
think I
that. My
would.
father used to say that. My father used to say, "I'm gonna retire and I'm gonna go to Puerto Rico and be a
Really?
beach bum." That's what my father always used to say. But he really
Yeah,
means
you
like
don't pay no rent.
to live a carefree life. It ain't that easy. Maybe way back in the day, but it ain't like that anymore.
I know. Yeah, yeah, not no more. You just walk on the beach during the day and
Yeah.
find your
It's
spot at
considered,
night and
yeah, it's
go to
considered
sleep
loitering
and
today. Yeah, it's considered loitering today, and you could go to
yeah,
jail.
or or or
But
even
one thing
somebody
about
kill you.
living in warm weather and living near the water, you can always bathe. Uh-oh, what happened,
Mm-hmm.
D-Cop? You hit the wrong button? Uh-oh,
Wow, what
uh-oh,
happened?
D-Cop, where you go? D-Cop, where you go?
What happened?
Oh,
You don't see me?
well, maybe it was me, not you. I don't know.
Oh, like,
It looked
oh,
like
dang.
you were buffering from the inside,
I'm
so I
still
don't
there.
know. I'm still
Oh,
here. Can you hear me?
NYW still there? Yeah, I hear you. Purple.
The
Who else?
freeways,
Lee. Hello, Lee.
the underpasses is, I guess, is the best security
Say,
the homeless to have from
mm-hmm,
the weather. From the weather, like if it rains,
mm-hmm.
and they have their little tents because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
actually get up enough money to get tents. Okay, great. You hear us both.
Okay.
And I just feel bad for them. I just don't. You know what? The way life is today, you could be the very one sitting up underneath those underpasses. You better watch it that you end up reaping what you sow. People are losing their
Mm-hmm.
jobs. You know how many
Yep.
businesses unfolded that are just gone for good because of this pandemic? They can't even open their doors back up.
Mm-hmm.
New businesses that just started.
Yep. And they talking about I heard them talking about how people have just up and left their apartments. They
Yeah,
just up and left.
what are they to do? They can't pay the rent. The landlord's threatening them because the landlord got a mortgage to meet. I am so blessed. I am
Yep.
so blessed. And all I do is pray that my family is
Yep.
okay. You know, I was like, I am so blessed.
Yep.
I have a brother that I don't hear
Yeah.
from. And, we're kind of estranged here. He's a nasty, you know what? But he's still my brother, and I love him. And it's like, I don't, I guess no news is good news. He's a hustler, though, but he doesn't
Mm-hmm.
rip people off. I could say that. He's a hustler, but he doesn't steal from people. He doesn't take advantage that way. So I guess that's
Mm-hmm.
why he's always
City
able
provides.
to take care of himself.
Is
But,
that
city
NYW
provides the real.
provides something?
They do. I know this one guy they
To
did on TV.
provide
They
what?
did an interview on him, and he took one of those. He made one. He took something, and he made like a house. They call it a tiny house, and he actually made a house that had
Mm-hmm.
everything in it out of plywood, and he got in trouble for it. Yeah, he made a plywood house for someone, just a shelter. And he got in trouble.
Next stimulus check will state that is not for creditors.
I don't
Oh, they don't want you
understand.
paying your creditors?
Oh, creditors. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh, only for you to support your kids?
How are
I
you to
see.
get that?
By
My
tenth.
kids is
Oh,
5 cents. That's good, but then you have cops coming
oh,
along and
really?
taking down the
Oh,
fence
that's good.
and throwing it in the garbage truck.
Well, now, like San Antonio, they have what they call tent city. Um, under they let them have tent city up under this underpass. They got all tents, and I guess that way they provide the tents, and that I guess that satisfactory for them. Yeah, I know. I heard them say that this stimulus check for people that owe child support, they won't have to worry. They won't get their child support check taken and given to the spouse. They'll get to keep it.
Well, if they send me a
So
check,
I
if
guess
they
that's
send it
pretty
to
cool.
me, I get it. If they send it to me, I get it. I get it. If I don't, I don't. I'm not. I didn't apply for it, and I got it. I had gotten one because I fit under a certain,
But
amount.
yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah,
did apply
yeah.
for it.
I,
But if I get it, I get it. I
yeah,
hope I
what
do
is,
get it though, because I need me a washing machine and
yeah,
dryer.
you
I really desperately need a washing machine and a dryer. Because going to the
That's what it
laundromat,
was.
going to the laundromat costs a lot of money. What are you
Mhm.
talking about? It's $6 a
Yeah.
machine.
Ooh, I didn't know
That's
it
a
was
lot
that
of
much.
money.
It's been a
You're
long
right. Yeah, over
time
here,
since I've been. I
mm,
guess
it's like,
last
dang.
time, I think the last time I've been, I think it was 75 cents.
Oh, that must have been mucho years ago, girl.
Yeah, 75 cents for a washer, 50 cents for a dryer.
Oh, the new tents are
Yeah,
for military reasons. Oh, so they give them tents so
cemeteries.
they could
Yeah.
be. Well, that's good because if they have them all underneath and tell them they can stay as long as they keep everything clean. Let's see. Yes, the bills say these landlords are not allowed to say they are
Yeah.
required to pay rent with the stimulus.
No.
Last one, people got conned out of their money. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh.
That I'm so blessed that my daughter is not working because I'm considered high risk because I had already
Hmm.
got COVID and because she can infect me and she I guess whatever insurance she has, whatever it is, they told her that she doesn't have to come back to work until the pandemic's over, and that's with pay. So praise God, praise God,
Hmm.
you know.
Are they conning people out their money? Poor people
I'm blessed with.
conning people. Yeah, making them people give up their stimulus money. Yeah,
They
you know
also
they
got T cards.
always got somebody.
I don't want anything to do with food stamps. I had a very bad experience with food stamps. It scared the hell out of me. I said I would never do it again, and that was it. And I think I shared my experience. You can't even get me to get a check. Are you kidding me? I'll go clean somebody's toilets before I get a check from them. I won't do it. I won't do it. When my daughter was younger and I was on welfare, and what happened was is
Hmm.
that around Christmas time, I wanted to give her a Christmas. She needed winter coat. She needed a coat. I wanted to give her a Christmas, and they knew where her father was, but they never went after him. But they were always putting their thumb on my neck, their knee on the back of my neck. Well, I worked for 2 months during the Christmas holiday, so I was able to buy her clothes, and give her Christmas, get her a coat. Here it is a year later. I was off the system totally because I worked hard because I didn't want to be on the system. I got off the system and they caught up with me. And it was only because of these two guys that I had dated in the past and we ended up friends. And they spoke up for me because they both worked for the welfare department. That's the only reason why I didn't go to jail. And back then, not only did they put you in jail, but they shamed you by putting your name in the newspaper. And I didn't have my name put in the newspaper. I didn't have to go to jail, but they fined me so big that it took me 15 years to pay them back. 15 years. And I paid them back about 10 years ago. My daughter was grown. You hear me? Grown.
Wait a
And
minute,
was with
but I
them
don't
for
understand. What did
63
you do?
years.
What did you do?
I didn't tell
What
them
did
that
what did
I
you
didn't
do?
tell them, I didn't tell them that I had a job. I had a job for 2 months and I didn't tell them. And that was considered
Oh,
work.
oh, okay.
Hmm. And so I didn't go to jail. My name was in the newspaper, but the amount of money was like maybe under $1,000 total for 2 months. You figure, not even that, maybe about $800 in a check and about maybe $150 or something like that in food stamps. But the fines and the late fees and the interest and
Oh,
all that took me like 10 to 15 years to pay off. It took me forever. Oh, it may be longer than that because every time I filed my taxes, they would take it. and they just kept taking my taxes until it got paid off. And I was so glad when I got it paid off. Paid off about I got it paid off
Mhm.
about maybe 12, 15 years ago. Hmm. And honey, that thing scared the hell out of me. You can't even get me. I will go to a food pantry before I go and get some food stamps. Hell no. I don't even want to see an EBT card. Mm-mm, mm-mm. That thing scared the hell out of me. I'm like, oh no. Yeah, so that was my
Oh my
experience.
goodness, no.
Yes, I swear in
We
my
said
death.
2 months versus 10 years.
Yeah, because
I
back
know.
then, a
See.
check, a check for one child was only like 200. Was it 200 or $325? That's all it was, $325. And let's see, so you figure October, November, December. That's 3 months. I remember I could tell you what store I worked for, Toys R Us, just during the winter time, so I can get my daughter winter clothes for school and a coat and give her a Christmas. And I didn't report those 3 months. Mm-hmm.
They asked,
They
they
fined
asked
me.
will
They did.
put you
Honey,
in jail.
you see it. I see
They,
EBT girl.
they want
I
their
see
little coin.
I see EBT card and I go on the shock. I start shaking and shit. Hell no. Can't even get me to touch it. I don't want to have nothing to do. I go stand on the line for a food pantry. You can't get me to, you can't get this like you show me EBT. I'll be like, oh, shaking and everything. I'll probably break out in the sweat. Hell no. Get them things away from me. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. I don't know how it works. I frankly don't care. I ain't going to the store for you. Don't give me your password. I don't want to have
What
nothing to
you
do
say,
with that
no
shit.
ma'am?
No
I don't
man, no
want to see
man.
what.
I was so scared. I was so scared. I went to in that courtroom and I was literally shaking in my boots. I nearly pissed on myself. So and the two guys I had dated, not at the same time, guys,
Mm.
not at the same time, but I had dated, and they were both sticking up for me. They go, look, man, we know her. She's a good person. She's an upright, this and that's how I got away. And their supervisor was like, what are you doing? What do you? A matter of fact, when my name came up for investigation, one of the guys knew where I worked at and came to my job to try to forewarn me, and I wasn't working that day. Yeah, and they said such and say his name was Walter. Walter was here for you, and this other guy named James, he was for me. They were really big on me, both of them. And one came my job, one came to my house, and that's how I found out. I'm like, what did I do? And they told me everything. And they told me when we got in the court and they stood up for me. They really did. It was only the favor of God. And the judge let me have it though. The judge let me have it. And he asked me how
Mm.
much could I pay. I told him maybe $25 a month. I couldn't pay the $25 a month. So I was fined for that. Oh God, it was a nightmare. But you know what? I was a single parent. I had no help from my daughter's father. He got away with everything. They knew where he lived at. Don't you know? I didn't have insurance. I didn't have anything. I just prayed to God. And she had asthma. Yep. And they said, well, why did you? I said, I needed the Medicaid. If you're going to do anything, let me keep the Medicaid because my daughter, I don't care about me. Let my daughter because she had an illness. See, welfare, see, I was on welfare when they had monopoly money. They had no EBT card. That was monopoly money. You know that paper money with the brown, the purple, the green, and everything. That monopoly money back in that day, honey. That's right.
Yeah, they like they do was really give me some. They said
Yeah,
$16.
yeah.
What the
Uh-uh.
hell does $16 do?
You know what I do? I go to the food pantry when I have people that I know. They call me up on my phone and say, "Look, Miss Green, we got some extra food. Do you want anything? I said, okay, I'm coming down now. And I go down there and I pick up whatever extra they have. They call me up because I know certain people that work in the food pantry. And they tell me, look, Miss Green, we got such and such. Are you interested? In coming and pick it up. I'm like, sure, I'll be on my way. And I get the van, I go there and pick it up and come back. Oh, no, 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 no. I will go and stand
It's
on a food
six,
pantry before I go,
six,
hell no.
$16. I
You
said,
know?
child, you almost looking at
But the people, yeah,
somebody,
they make
that
because
can use put that
they,
with something else they can. $16, child, that's gas. Try to go to the grocery store. $16 and buy your loaf of bread and some meat and some cheese.
but because $16 ain't nothing. They have you give up all your information, including your firstborn, your cat, how many animals you got, how many animals you got to feed. You gotta
Yeah,
do this. 'Cause you gotta give up all that. Because if you're not working, you're not
$16.
gonna have animals, guys. Because they ain't supporting no animals.
Yeah,
Honey, please.
$16. That's a lot.
That all I could do was get some bologna and some mayonnaise and a loaf of bread with.
Yeah,
Shoot, a loaf of bread is
loaf of
what,
bread.
almost
That's it.
$5? A loaf of bread is almost $5.
Yeah,
Please, you kidding me?
and you get a pack of turkey, roasted turkey. That's like probably $4.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah,
get nothing for $16.
yeah. But in the meantime, you had to tell them your rent. You had to tell them your firstborn. You had to tell them, do you have any relatives that can contribute to you? Because see, back in the day, if you had relatives that were working really good, sometimes they say, no, I'm sorry, you got relatives that you could depend on. Mm-hmm. Oh
Yeah,
no,
why
honey.
they can't help you?
I can
Do you expect for your relatives to take care of you?
And they didn't have childcare like see people got now. They got like 4Cs and all this other stuff helping you with childcare. I ain't had no damn childcare. When I went to work, I had to make deals, honey. I had to make deals with people. I'll do this for you if you do this for me, and be hoping that they, keep their end of the bargain. Please. My daughter was a latchkey kid. If you know what a latchkey kid is, a latchkey kid means that they
Uh-huh.
wore their key around their neck. Yeah, it's for a loaf of bread is five
And my
dollars.
daughter was six.
Right now, a loaf of bread is
Yeah, it's
$5.
like $16.
Loaf
They
of
want
bread,
to do say $16 for a FBI background
and to
check.
get cheese.
That's the
Look,
only
if
thing.
you get real dairy cheese, you get that other kind of cheese that when you put it in, it don't even melt. It just gets warm.
I was like, oh damn!
Oh,
If I
they
was
could have kept
really
it.
I would be homeless. I would be
Yeah.
homeless.
Mhm.
I would have to be telling B I'm coming to join you. Oh, 16.
Yeah. It ain't
I'll be
easy.
living in one of them cardboard box tent.
Intense, right? I
$16.
just look at it this way. I am
They
so
tell me, well,
blessed. Blessed.
you got too much.
I'm blessed that I was able to work so I can have.
Sell your house, sell your car.
Yeah, you can't own nothing. You can't own nothing of any value. You have anything of any value, you got to get rid of
Nothing.
it. You can't
They
have
will tell
anything
you
of
sell your car.
yep, your house.
Hmm.
You can't have any of that.
Your
You can't
house,
have any value.
get your apartment.
Honey,
Yeah.
no,
They don't want
no,
you to have nothing.
you can't have no pets. Those who have pets, you can't have pets. Um,
Mm-mm.
honey,
'Cause
remember back in the
they
day
want
that
to know how
movie?
you feed them.
That's right. Remember back in the day
Mm.
with Claudine and with what's his name? James Earl Jones. When the welfare lady would come, they would do broken toaster out and everything.
Ain't
That
that
shit
nothing.
was true. That was true back in the day. You weren't allowed to have no boyfriend. I was like, well, how you gonna get married and get off the system if you're not allowed to have a boyfriend? When I was on it, you couldn't have a boyfriend. Of course, we know you shouldn't have anybody
Mm-hmm.
living there because if they're paying for you and the kids, they're not paying for some turd to lay up and live off of welfare too. I understand that. But you weren't allowed to have a
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend. You weren't allowed to have company in your house. You weren't allowed to have anybody, friends, or anybody, a sister, brother, anybody spend the night. Your landlord will tell you you can't have. This is how strict they were. Your landlord will tell you that you couldn't have any company, and then your landlord was one of the landlords that every time somebody came to your door, they would peek into the Venetian blind to see, or the shade to see who it was. Oh my God, the life was miserable. You hear me? The life was miserable.
Damn. It's 99 cents a lot. And they how much now? Like four 99, 5.99.
Well, when I was younger, I think what a dozen of eggs were like 69 cents a dozen, and if it was 99, it was the extra large eggs. But I learned to budget my money on my food stamps. I used to go. I didn't buy my meat from the supermarket. I bought my meat from the butcher. So if I took $25 and put it aside just for meat alone for the month, I would break it up and tell the butcher, okay, give me $3 worth of ground beef, give me $6 worth of chicken legs and thighs. I did it like that until it mounted up to $25, and he would package each of it, and I would freeze it like that. And then I learned, honey, I knew how to make hamburger helper before there was a hamburger helper came out. Honey, I would take the,
Like some
remember the
have
macaroni and cheese? It used to be $4. The macaroni and cheese in the box with the powdered cheese. I used to make that and
yep,
scramble up that chopped
yep.
meat, put the seasoning in, and that's 2 days worth of food right there. You learn how to make do. So this famine is a big thing for me. I know how to survive. I know how to cook survive. I know how to make
Mm-hmm.
fresh bread. I know how to make biscuits. I know how to make beans and soups and cornbread and do all that other stuff, honey. I can make them. I can make a box meal taste like I went in the backyard and picked it. And that's
I'd be
from
like, yeah, you,
yeah, that's from learning. That's
you
from
take this
learning.
$16. You just take this $16. I can't cook, so $16 ain't gonna do much for me. Give it to that little old lady that gonna be hungry by the end of this week. Cause
Yeah,
I can stand to lose some weight. She can't.
yeah. You will need your neighbors to come in and help you out a little bit, But it's horrible. You have to know what you know today. You really have to know what you know today.
Yeah.
But there are ways, and like now we
I
went to
be
go
like,
get some bread.
in the hell, I was like, how the hell do those old people be making it? Don't tell me they give them $16. How
You
the
know
hell
what
they
they
supposed to
do?
live off
When
$16?
I was coming up, it was so rough that the old people were eating cat food and dog food to survive.
Yeah.
My mother struggled, and we were buying her groceries. And then when my father died, she was able to get some of his pension, and then she started living much better. We didn't have to worry about her anymore. When my father died, he said, "Tell mommy that I never took her off of whatever it was with the job, and because she was married to him X amount of years, she was able to get his pension, his Social Security or whatever you want to call it." But we were buying her groceries because she was
Mm-hmm.
struggling. And we didn't know it. And I said, "Mom, what are you eating? Hot dogs and tuna fish and sandwiches." I said, "Why are you eating like that?" Well, that's all I can afford. We were so doggone upset with her. Why didn't you say something? And then my daughter and I were buying her groceries. So and then when
I
my
did.
father died, she was able to get his, Social Security too. So, but we still made sure that her freezer was always packed. That's one thing. She never went hungry. We always made sure her freezer was packed, and we had a cat, so we also made sure that her cat was fed too by a lot of, we just made sure she was fine up until the day she died. Her cat died about a month before she died. Uh, and I'm happy that it went that way because that cat was old, and I would have been stuck with that cat, and I would have not wanted that cat. I would have had to put the cat down. That cat was so damn old, and he lost his teeth. I'd be like, oh God. Next thing you know, I'd be having to whip his butt and everything else. I was like, no, I would have had to put the cat down. I would have promised her that I would took care of the cat. Yeah, I would took care of him all right. I would have paid, what
Yeah,
is it,
for the body.
I would have put him out of his misery. hmm But I remember she called me up. She was so,
Poor
I
thing.
felt so bad for her. She said, Lemuel died. He died at the foot of at the foot of her bed. hmm
Hmm.
I knew he was going because he started like messing on the floor in different places. And I think because he couldn't get to the kitty litter. And I was like, uh oh, you know. And I took care of that cat when she was in the rehab too. She was 3 months in the rehab, and we had to go there, and it was winter time, and it was cold. We had to go there every morning and clean out that kitty litter and feed him. And he was a spoiled behind cat. She had him so spoiled that every time he even dropped a turd in the doggone kitty litter, the machine would go and dump it, and she would be in there cleaning it up. So he never had a messy or stinky kitty litter. He was spoiled rotten. But with us, we had to wait till the next day. And honey, he was just he was missing the kitty litter on the floor, squatting, I guess, on the wall, and I'm in there choking with bleach and everything, rubbing that
You
stuff
see
off.
now.
Ooh. Yeah, he was seen. She said, "How's Lindy?" Oh, he's doing good. I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god." And then he didn't understand why she was gone. You know how animals are. You disappear and they don't understand, which made it worse. Oh, really, Fifi? That's good. Really, here in town, they have Meal on Wheels where they deliver to seniors every day. They get a meal to make sure that they eat. Meal on Wheels. My grandmother had it too. I'm like, Grandma, why you take? I said, ew. She could cook for herself and always had a freezer full of stuff, or she would take the Meal on Wheels just in case she didn't feel like cooking. That's some nasty stuff, boy.
Meals on Wheels.
But I guess when
Meals on Wheels
you're
is.
yeah, when you don't have food, you settle. Do you have Meal on Wheels over where you're in your state?
I know they used to. Um, I don't know if they. I don't hear people talk about Meals on Wheels. I don't know.
Yeah, we have it here. Fifi, no, he lives in senior citizen building. Ain't no way that he could disappear. And I wouldn't do that to my mother anyway. She loved that cat, you know. Your animals, become your family. I'm very strong in that. Don't get an animal if you're not going to take care of it like you're supposed to.
If you was talking about fresh vegetable meats. Oh, fresh vegetables and meats.
That's terrible. I'm talking about fresh vegetable
He
meat.
would have disappeared. Oh,
Oh, I thought she was talking about the
nobody
cat.
want no cat meat.
Oh, she was
Yeah,
gone.
the cat meat.
I wouldn't have done that to my mother. That would have broke her heart. Oh my goodness. She feel that she couldn't trust me. I would never do. She's gone now, but I would have never did that to her. I would took care of that cat up until he took his last breath, and I wouldn't have did him bad either. I cleaned up that cat piss and that cat poop and scrubbed up everything and fed him. And he was a finicky eater. He only liked drinking. He only liked food, soft food with the gravy, and he could only have the soft food because he was missing his teeth. He was old. And I took care of him. I took care of him when she came home. She was like, "Hi, Lemuel, mommy's home," and I'd be like, "Oh God!" But just like when was it? Which one of your dogs? disappeared, and you
Jester,
couldn't. Yeah, we had to pray
Jester.
that dog. Yeah, Justin, we had to pray that dog back to the house, man. I felt so bad for Dcop.
Mm,
Animals become family, honey. Oh no.
yeah. And Justin, I think Justin can't hear. He either can't hear or he just don't want to hear when he don't want to. But
Hmm.
I be yelling his name, Justin, get in here. And he just be out there just piddle paddling around. Get in here. I be yelling at the top of my voice. And he just takes his time, stay out there as long as he wants to. But then when he gets time to come in, I mean, he be locked.
But you know what? Pets
He
become
be
family
running.
members. A lot of Southern people tie their dogs up in the backyard. Talking about a watchdog. Watchdog tied up in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
How he gonna be a watchdog? The burglar
Ain't
only goes
did
through a
nothing.
little window. Are you kidding me? You got them tied up in the back. Well, they don't have to go in the back. They just come through the side window then. My German Shepherd roamed around, so any window that you try to come through, he done had you. But I don't know, even these
Like
doggone
that.
cats, even these cats, who came up?
Yeah, that's the last
And,
time I remembered Meals on You. That's the last time
right,
I remembered Meals on Wheels.
they had it in New
Long,
York,
long, long, long
yeah,
time ago.
they have it here in New York, New Jersey, Meal on Wheels. That someone
Hmm.
comes and delivers at least one meal to you every day. Uncooked eggs, real cheese, milk,
It would be
meat.
good if it's good.
You know what? For somebody who's not getting anything, Meal on Wheels is good, Fifi. I guess you're it's blessed that you're blessed where you don't have to use Meal on Wheels. I'm blessed that I don't have to use Meal on Wheels. But I'm not too ashamed. If I had to, I
Yeah,
had.
if they cook some good food, if they cook some good food, I would hey, bring me my meal.
My grandmother
Bring me
put
my
it.
meal.
She ate 3 meals a day, and they would
Bring me
give
a
her.
cheese.
They give hot meals too. So, but yeah, Meal on Wheels. They'll knock on the door and leave it on your doorknob. So I was told. Every now and then, I haven't seen the truck at all this year. You see the little truck brought in says Meal on Wheels in it, and it has says I stop. So you can't get too close because they do frequent stops and stuff. But with Trump being in office, a lot of things have been discontinued.
Everybody don't stop the meal on wheels. I'm gonna call and say, do y'all have meals on wheels?
You know, but
No,
for the elderly seniors
I'll
and people that are struggling, at least you're not going hungry.
uh,
I'm pretty sure those people on those homeless people on the street wish they could get Meals on Wheels.
hmm like I said, child, it ain't hard me to miss no meal. Not at all. $16. I was like, do the elderly people like this? $16? How do poor people eat?
My mother applied for food
Uh,
stamps. She said all the hell that well, she didn't say hell. She said all that she went through for a lousy $20, they could keep it. She made too
no,
much, but she made too much
$16.
money. They were giving her, I think
No, I really
it
just
was just about $20. And she said they made her give
yeah.
all personal information for that. I said, Ma, you don't have to do that. We got you. You ain't getting on no food
Give me
stamps.
some peanut butter, some wheat bread, some peanut butter and jelly. $16. You better get your loaf of bread. You'd be better
Well,
off
I,
getting some
you know where
peanut
I
butter
get my
and
bread
jelly.
from, man? If I'm not making my
Hmm.
bread and stuff like that, I get my bread from the Dollar Tree. And I can afford to spend
Oh yeah,
$5.
they
My
have
bread.
some.
Yeah, they got good bread at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, because they have the honey wheat, because that's what the honey wheat
They got
bread
the wheat, they got the wheat, they
and
got the bagels, they got the red bread. They got good
and
bread. They got good bread at
yeah, I
the
get my
store.
bread.
We went there today and there wasn't any. So we went to the bodega. I'm like, dang,
And
all
them
these
folks be
people.
they be getting that bread.
Yeah,
They
people get, and it be
they be
fresh
getting
too.
that bread.
It's fresh bread too.
Hmm.
And it's, yeah, I tell you, anybody's listening. You want white bread or wheat bread or bagels? Go to the Dollar Tree. It's well worth the
Hmm.
trip to the Dollar Tree.
I guess I need to give me some bagels.
Bagels from there too. You get the
My
wheat, the regular bagels, and what they call it, the not the everything bagel, but I think it's garlic bagels. Get
I
you
get
good
the
too.
I get the I get the regular bagels and the bagels, the raisins.
Right,
What
right.
else they have? The
I don't like their peanut butter.
and I have
Their peanut butter is too thick, but their jelly is good.
the peanut butter what?
Their
Come on,
peanut butter is too
Dollar
thick.
Tree.
Yeah, their peanut butter is too thick, but I will get their jelly. I like the strawberry preservatives.
Oh,
But
well,
there's a lot of
I
things you
do
can get
grape.
at the Dollar
I like
Tree. You
grape.
can get, yeah, you can get a lot at the Dollar
Yeah.
Tree. Man. You can get your
Well,
spices,
you can go to
your
Dollar Tree
pastas,
and get
yeah,
you
your
like
seafood.
$16. You can get
You can make it
$16
fresh,
with that.
and they
Yeah.
do accept food stamps. That's right.
Hmm.
You get
Yep.
yourself some pasta. I get my yellow rice from there. You know the packaged Spanish, the yellow rice in the bag.
Hmm.
Yeah, you go there.
Yep.
I'll go in there and spend $20 and come on out. I basically get
Hmm.
my I basically get cleaners, stuff to clean my
They
bathroom
can
and
have it. I lose weight. That was my
and I used to get the hand sanitizer.
hmm
You know,
That's why I say,
that
Fiji, oh yeah. I lose weight, Fiji. I would, I let
decop,
some little elderly woman have one $60.
decop, the hand sanitizer. You know that big old thing of hand sanitizer that they
$60.
sell at the tree. You know how much they want for it in the stores now? They want $7 for that when we paid a dollar for it. That same brand, you go online, it's $7.
Mm-hmm. I seen some of that.
I was like, we paid a
My
dollar.
grandson does that Germex. That Germex that I have is $4 at Walmart. That great big one, great big
Uh-huh,
thick one. It's
uh-huh.
$4. When they first they was asking I think $55 for that bottle.
Yeah,
They was
yeah.
auctioning bidding on it and on was it Amazon one of those places they was bidding on it for $55 or $70 for that bottle.
It don't make no
My
sense.
grandson said, "You gonna sell yours?" I'm like, "No, I'm not selling. I'm not selling my hand sanitizer."
Once it's gone, that's it. Man, it was something somebody
Said
said.
no.
They showed a picture of all the soaps on the shelves, but no hand sanitizer. I said, "What's wrong with this picture?" Hand sanitizer is not for washing your hands. It's for when you can't wash
Yeah.
your hands. You still have to use
Mhm.
soap and water. What is wrong with you? Me, I might leave that there
Yep.
alone. Here there's one.
She gonna get a little smash.
Almost 1:30 in the morning, and this boy is still up. Even the kittens are asleep.
It's just they still up to. I was gonna say the kittens.
No, no, the kittens are asleep, and I'm so glad they ain't behind me because past few
Oh,
nights they be laying right next to me at the foot. One of them, I woke up and was up on the side of my belly. I'm like, oh hell no, we ain't starting this. Mm-mm, we're not starting this. because you start getting big and you start being heavy. I had a cat named Jennifer that she when she was a little kid, and I used to let her lay up on top and go to sleep. She started getting older, and then she was real heavy. And I'd be waking up and be fitting in my dream something heavy laying on me, and it would be her. We ain't starting that.
Mm. Do y'all have Turkey Hill store in your area? Not mine. What is that? They sell turkeys. We got a well, the alert. I don't know if it's Amber Alert.
Oh, that's
Uh,
good. You
but it
said
was
that
it said
an Amber Alert just went across
it
by
said
you.
that, yeah, it said we had to wear mask um going in any buildings and any gatherings.
Well, for one, the elderly,
Any
they're easy to get sick.
any buildings. Huh?
So, I said, elderly, you need to wear masks because their immune system is very poor. Fifi says, I just bought WD. What's WD? She put W
What's
slash,
WD?
I don't know, this month. Still can't eat those
Still
meal
can't
meals.
eat those.
Ambulance do not need the markets here. Give us $30 veggies and fruits for $15.
That's
Food stamps, okay?
huh. What Winn
Oh,
Dixie?
washer and dryer. Okay, I bought a washer and dryer this month. That's
Oh,
good.
Washington. Oh,
And
okay.
if they gave me the stimulus check, that's what I have to do. I gotta buy a washer and dryer. I have to buy a new one. It's time anyway. My washing machine, I think it needs a new hose, but I can't get someone to get underneath the sink to unhook it. But washing clothes is like $6 for a washing machine. That's a lot of money. Speaking of, I have to go and do my blankets. I gotta go to the washing machine and do my blankets because I gotta do my blankets in the big machine. I always did that because that's very heavy to do it in a top loader. But yeah, I'm blessed where I don't
Turkey
need
Hill.
meal
Oh,
meals.
Turkey Hill
I'm
on by
blessed
Kroger.
where
Oh
you know
no, no,
I know people that are in the
never heard of
church.
Turkey
That would
on.
call me. You never heard what?
Uh, Turkey Hill, Turkey Hill owned by Kroger's. No, I never heard of that.
Turkey Hill? I never heard of
Mm-hmm.
Turkey Hill. I know of Turkey Hill ice cream, but I don't know of Turkey Hill, like your meat or cold cuts Turkey Hill. I know Boar's Head and stuff like that. Only Turkey Hill I know is ice cream,
Mm-hmm.
and I love ice cream, but I can't
Let's
eat
see.
it. It'll tear my belly up. I can't go nowhere. I'll be stuck in the house. Crying, calling on God,
I'm
said
the
I won't
same
do it
way.
again. I won't do it again, Lord. Oh God, my stomach. I won't do it. And my daughter be like, you know what it does to you. Why you eat that ice cream? Well, why you buy it and put it in the refrigerator to tempt me? Oh my God, my stomach be. Oh God, my stomach. You can actually hear my stomach against the room going ground, ground, ground. Oh God, it be breaking down and it be cramping. I'll be sweating bullets and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going back and forth to the back, and everybody yelling at me. Because I be breathing all heavy and holding my breath. The pain be so bad. I be holding my breath, hold my breath. Oh God, sweat be pouring off of me because I done ate some doggone ice cream. It tastes good, but it wasn't worth the pain. And when I
Mm-hmm.
do it, I call on God every time. Every time, Lord, please help me, help me. Oh my God, help me. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
my stomach. That's what I be saying out loud. Oh God, my stomach. and they be getting mad at me because they can't hear the TV because I'm up there crying about my stomach. Why you shut to eat that ice cream? Shut the door. We're trying to look at TV. No mercy whatsoever. No empathy, sympathy, or nothing. They have gas stations in Turkey Hill. Oh, okay. Okay, like I said, the only Turkey Hill I know is Turkey Hill ice cream. Now that's some good old ooh Turkey Hill black cherry ice cream. Oh my God, that's good. Black cherry
Really?
ice cream. Ooh, black cherry. It actually has like cherries in it, like the cherries that you buy in the fresh market. Black cherries. Oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
it's good. And around Christmas time, their eggnog ice cream. It is so good. But honey, I eat it. I pay for it. I pay, and each time I call on Jesus. I call on Jesus each time. Lord, I won't. You know how it is when people get drunk. I won't do it again. That's me with the ice cream. I
Uh-huh.
won't do it again. I won't. Oh Lord, I won't do it again. Lord, just help me. What to do? Just make it stop. Make it stop. I'll be in that bathroom. Oh God, help me. Oh my God, my stomach and the sweat be pouring down, and I be panting like I'm in labor. Oh my stomach. That's what it do to my stomach. I beat
My
myself up
stomach,
once a year.
I mean, tear my stomach up. It'll tear my stomach up. Um, but I mean, it be something that I need cleaning out anyway. But I may walk around Florida all day,
No, no,
but
I heard.
I don't really cramp.
Oh no, talking about lactose intolerant, honey. No, I can't. Oh my God. I love coffee and I used to be able to drink regular coffee. Not only that, that Spanish coffee that comes in a black and yellow bag. And I didn't do a Mr. Kirk coffee. I did it the old fashioned way where it perks, where it goes boo boo, that type of coffee.
Hmm.
Honey, as
Hmm.
I
And
got
then percolator.
older, yeah, I can't drink no kind of coffee, no Sanka, no nothing. It'll have me in that bathroom calling on Jesus. It hurt. You can actually hear my intestines digest. I always ended up with diverticulitis. I haven't, but my stomach is not good like it used to be. I'm fat. I done picked up all this weight for one from being lazy during the pandemic, and two the medication that I'm on. Because you know what? I still, since chemo, I still throw up my food. I still vomit.
Hmm.
I cannot digest any type of beef. If I eat it within 20 minutes, I'm in the bathroom vomiting. Or I have to ask one of the girls to get me a bag quick, give me a plastic bag quick, and I'll be on the side of the bed throwing up. My stomach cannot take it. I'm fat behind my medication. Yeah, that makes me cook up this way. I still vomit.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can't eat fried foods, and I like fried chicken and stuff like that. I eat it, it tastes good, and then I vomit. I
No.
can
Oh.
I can eat Chinese food. I vomit it. I vomit it. No, no Chinese food.
Oh
Not
wow.
only does it hurt, I vomit
Hmm.
it. Yep, I throw it up. Yep, yep. And now with the BC, because BC would tear my stomach up, but I need it for my back. I have to take Malox. I take Malox to to coat my stomach
Hmm.
and take BC. Because after a while, the BC, I be sick. And if I don't have the Malox and I took
Take it.
BC for a couple of days, it'll tear my belly up.
Hmm.
It tear it up. I'll be having a migraine and be like, what's worse, the migraine or the pangs in my stomach? They both bad, honey. When
Yeah.
you get older, it ain't fun being sick. When you get older, it ain't fun being sick. Period. But when you start getting older, and them organs don't respond the way they used to respond, hell no.
Yeah.
I be
Hmm.
there, with a pillow to my belly, sweating bullets. And my daughter be like, okay, what we gotta do? Do we gotta take you to the? Do we gotta take you to the hospital? What we gotta do? I'm like, no, I could. I think I could. It'll just pass. I just gotta wait for, you know, for all the ice cream to get out of my system, and then the stomach from spasm and stuff like that. I'm good. But if I don't
Uh-huh.
pay within 3 days, I gotta go to the hospital. And they give you some type of
Eh,
shot. Yeah, they give you some kind of shot that stops the what they call it, the spasms in the stomach.
hmm.
Yeah, yeah, they give you that,
Wow.
or I get morphine. Although I prefer the morphine, but yeah, they give you a shot to stop the spasms. Yeah, diverticulitis ain't no joke. Remember, that's what put B-Town in the hospital for what, about 3 weeks. Remember when she was in time she was in that hospital.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Dang. Black
Oh, you
cherry
remember?
ice cream.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds good. Black cherry ice.
Ooh, that black cherry ice cream, looking at it, is that purple is like so rich. And then you actually see it's like you having those cherry
Mm-hmm.
pie in the produce area, produce department looks just like that. And well, Turkey Hill ice cream is really good, you know. And yes, they do. They have a great, was it got fired? Oh, fried apple ice cream is delicious. Who's UDF? What ice cream is that? Fifi, what ice cream is that? NYW must fell asleep on us.
Yeah, I think she fell asleep. Purple must have fell asleep. Love Blake must have fell asleep.
They ain't fall asleep. They in someone's chat.
It says 7 people in here. Oh, it's seven.
They
Seven.
fell asleep.
I
They
think
must.
they done fell asleep.
Uh-huh. But yeah,
Love Blake.
I like
Yeah, I
peach.
know NYW was.
Yeah,
You like peach
I
what?
like
Ice.
peach ice cream. Yeah, peach ice cream. I don't like Briars. I don't like Briars ice cream. Oh, see, Love Blake is still here.
Oh, okay. All quiet. What you doing, Love Blake? You not?
No, you dipping in somebody else's chat. Love Blake. I don't know. I guess let's see who I got. A couple of, let's see who that I know that is on live right now that you guys may know. Nobody. Nobody.
I'm keeping Sandra company. Oh, oh, okay. You and Sandra up in the clouds. Okay.
I'm gonna have to take a
Yeah,
picture of
I know.
Sir King. I you know what it is? I
Anyway,
didn't unsubscribe from Sir King, but I don't have the bell on with him anymore. So when he comes on,
notification.
I don't know unless I just scan through everything. Because there's a lot of people that I kept, but I took the bell off. You're packing
Mm-hmm.
up. When your sugar say August? Why? In 2 more months, you're gonna have to pull them out. Summer's just about over. We're in. We only got August.
I didn't realize it.
We only got 1 more month left of summer, which is this month and next month, and it's gone. And these days are moving
It
fast.
is.
So you just want to say you only got 1 month left.
It is creeping away.
Now you need to
Waiting on
go on
searching.
Poshmark and sell some of that stuff. Sell some of the stuff you're not using. Oh,
Miss
James.
JC. You missed it
James
today.
is live today. I didn't see. I didn't get alert.
Uh-huh.
Did you
Yeah.
get alert? You
Yeah,
saw it,
he
dear?
was.
I didn't get the
I
alert.
didn't get the. I didn't. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got the
Came
alert?
on about. What? No, I didn't get the alert. I just happened to be strolling through, where you can see all the videos, and I
Yeah,
just happened to see his.
oh, okay.
Mm.
This is
I thought
like,
I had missed it all.
not only am I a subby, but I'm also one of
Mm-hmm.
his members. His members too. I didn't get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't get one either. Been missing his last one that he put out. I missed it. I think two of them because
Decop,
I
I'm
don't
gonna get my
get
haircut
no
next.
alert.
You hear
Oh,
me,
you gonna
Decop?
get your hair cut?
I'm gonna get it done next week.
You
Yep.
say you going to get your hair?
Yep. They're open.
Okay.
They're open
Hey.
next week. I'm gonna get it done. Yep.
Oh,
After I finish paying
I
my
got to
bills,
get
see
this
what I
cut
got
off.
left over. You see what I got left over after I finish paying my last bill on
Mm-hmm.
it. And if I got some money left over from that I could fit in that budget, I'm getting all this cut off because I can't dealing with wigs. I can't deal with wearing a bonnet anymore. Even that's hot. And it's like I want to walk out the house looking
Yeah.
decent. And it's like doing my hair and then wearing a wig. I even threw the wig out. That last wig, remember I told you I did my vegetable, my garden, and I was sweating so that I was pulling on that wig and the wig was sideways and everything else. That wig went in the garbage today for those who probably said she needed to retire it. I did retire it. It went in. Nehemiah retired. I said, Nehemiah, take this. I was cleaning up. I said, take this and put it in the garbage. I'm getting a haircut. All my wigs are real long for me to do my little spicy stuff, but that ain't coming until
Mm-hmm.
when the weather like when it starts getting chilly. Yep, I'm getting my hair cut next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And even if I don't have the money, I'll ask my daughter for it. You know, I need such and such amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get it cut off. I got braids right now. I'm so ready to take a pair of scissors and cut the braids. I got quite a bit of hair up on my head now.
Oh,
Except for like
yeah.
around
Yeah.
the temple, it looks like I'm bald, but I'm not bald. What it is that my hair is not gray; it's white. So it kind of blends. You know how it kind of blends in with your skin, and it makes it look like it's bald. But I got braids, and telling you, I'm ready to take them scissors and cut them big old plaits up out of my head, just right at the base. Just cut it. I am so ready to cut my hair. I can't deal. Oh, ooh. In the summertime, I don't
No, no.
care. In the summertime, I do not like hair. I could
It
deal with it from the fall all the way to the spring, but with those 3 months of summer, that hair got to go. It's got to go. I'll get it as far as down, maybe like the way you have yours now, or a little bit lower. That's it. And if I
Yep.
get it down that low, it's because that way I don't have to go keep going to the barber shop. By the time it grows back, it'll be okay for me to have hair on my head.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do not like hair in the summertime. And then I get me a little baseball
You're
cap.
hot.
It's too hot. It's too hot. To wear a wig, you got to get it.
Mm-hmm.
You wear a bot like Tita. Tita got all that long, beautiful hair. How she deal with it in
Uh-huh.
all that hair underneath that bonnet and how it is outside? How she deal with it?
Yeah. Just,
Her hair
I'm
is
just used to it because I, I never got, I never really got hot with my hair. I guess I just got used to it.
as I got older, these past say 8 years, I can't deal with the heat like I used to. I used to be able to love the summer and have my little sundress and be strutting my little foxy self, curvy self out and stuff. Now I'd be like, oh God, come in the house, gotta take the bra off, gotta take the shoes off. I got damn near get naked. I gotta go for one. I'd be breaking myself in the house, in the bath, because I gotta pee, running, and then when I'm in the bathroom, I'm
Yeah.
taking off the clothes, and all I'm left with is a pair of some kind of capri shorts and a big old sloppy t-shirt. Don't look nothing like the way I went in here. I total is like, who is that? And I done order me some moo too. Yeah, honey. I got some moo. Hopefully they'll be coming in by next week. Yup. So when I come in the house from being outside, I can put my moo on. I could chill out in the backyard with my moo. I won't go to the store with the moo, but I'll chill out in my backyard with it.
Mm.
We're in the front while I watch Nehemiah play. You know, with my little sandals and my little moo on. But this hair got to go. The hair got to go. It got to go. It got to go. Can't
Just
handle it.
look like
Was
was I half naked today. I heard somebody say that she just what is it, hold or something on?
was she really
Oh,
half
was she?
naked when she had a sundress on?
Ain't no telling about
Was
it.
she really half and she looked that way? I could. She ain't stupid to go on YouTube half naked. She might have had a sundress on or a halter top on, and y'all assume that she ain't no Rico. She ain't gonna go up there. Even Rico will go. You know, he'll have his little bony chest showing and his pants drop, and you might see a
Mm.
crack. That's it, you know. And he drunk, and she ain't drunk. She don't show herself like that. That's too much of a risk for her to get in trouble to have her child taken away from her. She ain't gonna risk that. People be making up stuff. I don't particularly care for the woman, but don't, people shouldn't say that. Just like with Tracy. Their clothes may be a little provocative, but they're not going to be on there. Even what's her name? Rita. Rita don't she be having her little
Mhm.
booty shorts on and stuff, but she ain't gonna go on there naked, half naked. She'll show you a cheek. Ain't no different than them little white women with them little hot pants on
Mhm.
showing their cheeks. I gotta give it to
Yep.
Rita. Rita
Mm.
got a lot of energy to be. When she show you her cheeks, she gonna give you a show for your money. You need a treatment, boo boo. Okay, give me a minute. Okay. You need some water here. Here's some water right here. Well, then here, just out of the water bottle here. That's not how you talk to me. That sounds better. Him and his doggone guinea. You had enough? Okay. I'll give you a treatment. Just wait a minute. Give me a few minutes, okay? 5 minutes. I hope you take but his treatment should be going to sleep. That's his treatment. Close your eyes and go to sleep. So what did
Mhm.
James have to talk about, Decop? Was he cleaning up or was he just talking about he was doing commentary on the shows?
He he was cleaning up, Trish. Cleaning up Trish. He was talking about Trish. He was talking about Bobby. He was talking about Heidi.
Ooh, Heidi. I ain't
He
heard
was,
that in a long time. Heidi.
mm-hmm.
How about Sean Bradley?
Yeah, I guess
SB?
she didn't have enough.
I ain't heard
No,
none of it.
he didn't get on him today.
No, everybody's
Must
kind
have
of
been
almost like on their
just shot.
now.
Yeah, and it just
I think
on
they're kind of.
Trish
I think they're kind of running
on
out of ammunition on everybody,
uh,
so they can. I think they're kind of running out of ammunition on everybody. So I think they just have to like think about what they're gonna produce or what lie they're gonna or what kind of trouble they're gonna stir up. Because I think they're kind of getting a little dry.
Yep. Yeah,
Can you hear me?
it's getting dried up. Except for
Give me a
Trish,
minute.
Trish in that petition
Hmm.
is keeping it alive. That petition.
Oh yeah, I heard about that petition that Essence of I was upset about. She was like, "Don't put me in that BS."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, of all people, you want to put her on that
She
on
said,
that
"Don't put
petition?
me in that."
No, she ain't dragged nobody's kid.
I don't know what it was about, but I know she was upset that she found out that somebody signed. Yes. Worm is out. Okay. Skylar's out. Okay, let me get your medicine. All right, Nehemiah. I'm talking to Dcop. Let me get your medicine. I know she was highly upset. She said, "Why would you put my name and find my name on something?" She was highly upset. She was very upset
Mm-hmm.
that someone added her name into something that she didn't even know about, let alone, I said, well, it's forgery. They shouldn't have done it. It's something
Well,
that they
see,
shouldn't
what what I, what I don't what I didn't think when that she understood, Sister Bob understood is that she Sister Bob was thinking that she added her name to the to
petition.
the petition as like, yeah, as if she agreed to the petition of no
Mm-hmm.
dragging kids. That's not what she did.
Mm-hmm.
She added her as if she drags kids, as
Uh,
if since about drag kids.
mm-hmm.
And I don't uh, at first a sense about didn't know that. She was thinking she just put her name on there. So I hope she understands that now. I don't know if she if she quite understand that. So I hope so. I hope she understands. So
Mm-hmm.
if she don't, I'm gonna make it be known to her. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Nehemiah, just give me
because
some
I was like, why the hell would you put somebody like
hold on.
a sister boss, somebody that drag kids?
I'm sorry.
Is having the ball with that cat.
God, this boy. I'm putting him on the nebulizer and he drops the machine and he blames it on me. He dropped the
Oh,
nebulizer machine and he blamed it on me and said that I dropped it. Oh,
oh my
this kid, this
goodness.
kid. I wish there was something that I wish he could take Benadryl. I could tell you that much. I wish he could take Benadryl because if he could take some Benadryl, I would give him some Benadryl and knock his butt out. Oh man! But I know she was upset. I refuse. I refuse Sonic. Pause 5 days Sonic, and she had dragged people. Lord. Now, what was explain to me, Decop? What was really the petition about?
Actually, it was what it was about. It was 15 people on that petition. It was
And what was
just
the
like
petition for?
Rick Reed fought for people that have drugged other people's kids.
So they were reporting them.
They Yes, she
Uh,
called herself going to report them for dragging kids, um, and
and who
she
made the
also, which is
who made the wait a
confusing to
second? Who made the petition?
Trish, Trish,
Okay.
Trish made it, which is confusing because she has a nonprofit, and from what I can understand, they're saying that the nonprofit is like 70-30. Meaning, I guess the nonprofit gets 30. I mean 70%, and then I guess Trish get 30% of the money that she raised for that petition. Which I don't, from what people were saying and from what I think, I can remember, you don't really supposed to benefit from if you are making the petition. Yeah, getting monetary gain, and she got these people's pictures on there. She have their birthday. She have their, I think, address if I'm mistaken.
So that's
Uh,
like her doxing them and putting that
what else?
stuff
Yeah,
out there.
yeah, yeah. Because some of the people we know, and we don't know their government name. We don't know any of them birthday. She had to get it from somewhere. She had to dox them to get it. She
Right.
she's what is she, their pictures, their uh, address, their birthdays,
That is,
where
but
they live,
that is
all
so
that stuff. And she's putting all that in.
that is so
Mm,
evil. That is so
huh?
wrong. That is so evil. That is wrong. It's like, how can anybody
Yeah.
trust you? Like
Hmm.
how, like I did that video. How low will you go for money? For a click in a view. How low will you go?
Yeah.
Don't talk
And
to me
then
about
to
don't
be
talk to me
making a
about Black
profit off
Lives.
of it, and
Yes,
it's a
that's
non-profit.
crazy. Don't talk to me about Black Lives Matter because you're not even valuing your own people. You want other people. That's what gets me. You want other people to value Black lives, but you don't.
Hmm. And these people are realizing, have realized that you have doxed them. You got their picture up there. You got their government name. You got their birthday. You got their addresses, and they are getting attorneys to sue her.
Well, she
So
needs it
can you
because
imagine? And then,
well, that's
yeah, and
harassment.
then the thing is, it seems like she's been biased because some of the people that have also doxed and drug kids, that have drug kids, that's, I guess you would say, her friends, their name's not on it.
Mm.
Okay. And the other thing is, the way that you can get your name off of there is if you apologize for dragging kids. See, that's not how you do uh, things. You don't say, well, if you apologize, I'll take your name off of it. Because if you do that, then that makes it seem like it's not real.
And not only that, who are you to
Whether
tell
you
somebody
apologize.
that? Who are you to say, well, if you apologize, I'll take you off the list? You've got to be kidding. Who are you to, for you?
Yeah,
Who are you
that's
to
that's
even put me
that's
on?
crazy.
Who are you to even put me on the
Only
list, let alone take me off? F you.
take me off.
F you and talk to
It's
my
like
lawyer.
who 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 wants? What would you get from? Are you getting some kind of satisfaction from the sin, or thinking people will apologize? That's perverted. It's crazy. It's
She better hope that nobody docked
like
her
you
butt and be
want
showing up
power.
and pulling up at her front door and knock her in her teeth. That's what she need to worry about right
They
now.
turn around.
And
They
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 end
turn
up
around
yeah.
and doxed her. They turn around and doxed her and got her son's picture and his name and posted it. And
But
now
one,
she's not a
if
happy
she's
camper.
yeah, one, if she's a nonprofit
Mm,
organization, they can get her in big trouble. She can get in big trouble for what she's doing.
yeah,
And then on top of that, the people
yes.
are getting their attorneys on her, and she's a nonprofit, and she's going to get in trouble for fraud and everything else. And you know what?
Yep.
For her
And
being wicked,
yep.
she deserves it because you know what? That'll be the karma bouncing right back to you. What you meant to be for
I
evil
get
end up turning on you. The
it.
guillotine that you set up for me end up
Mm-hmm,
being the
mm-hmm.
guillotine that you set up for yourself.
And yeah, I refuse saying because Fabe signed it and she had dragged people. Yeah, she dragged people's kids and she didn't. She's not on there. So nah. Uh, and then the thing is, another thing about it, she's got been putting people on there like a sense of awe, and even the rest of the people. You're putting their names on there. You're calling them offenders. They have not been accused and convicted of a crime. You call them slandering them, and all of those people names that you have put on there, you accuse of some crimes. Uh, what was she called? She accused him of being like she had Jason on there, which I really don't mind, but she called him said he was a racist, supremacist, all kind of stuff,
But she don't
and
need
she
no
did the rest of
petition
them
for
like that.
Jason. But she don't need no petition for Jason. All you have to do is flag every video he's got that's racist statement. You
Uh-huh.
don't even have to. All you have to do is flag his
Hmm.
videos, and YouTube will see that it's rate and say why.
Yeah,
You know, when they give you the
that
choices, why you
is.
do, you pick the one that
Mm-hmm.
says racist content and offended content. And when they check that out, they'll close them down. You don't have to do all that. You don't have to take no petition. You know, just
Yeah,
flag him
but
every
it's
time
like
he puts one
with
up. That's all.
with the rest of those people that you have already convicted them offenders. You slandered them and defamed them, and so their name. If you ever go to YouTube and put their name in, that's going to pop up that petition, whether it's true or not. It's going to
Right.
pop up, and
Because
just
it
like
went on the
uh,
internet. Because yeah, because it
employers,
went on the internet.
yeah, employers, they put their name in. It's
And
gonna
they
pop up,
yeah.
and they may probably will lose job.
And
It's gonna say
and then on top of
it's gonna
that,
say sex,
now they're gonna try
child
yeah,
abuse.
right. And
Yeah,
then now you gotta try to
because
defend
what
yourself for something that you didn't even do.
mm-hmm, do, and that's the thing, and that's why I was telling Sister Bob, you do not want your name. You do not want that on your name, your brand, your nothing, because I know you're getting ready to retire, soon, whatever soon is. But still, you do not want that attached to your name. You get you an
Right.
attorney and sue.
And now,
She
yeah,
have
because
she have no right doing
she
that.
could end up getting fired behind that. That could interrupt with her making, the kind of money for her retirement for something that she didn't even do. And now she's trying to
Mm-hmm.
open up a business that can mess with her credit. That can
Yep.
mess with everything. If she wants to buy another house, just the fact that she got some kind of
Mm-hmm.
standard up on it and could affect someone
Yeah.
wanting to buy property from her or something like that. Oh no.
Especially especially when you're accusing people of child abuse, sexual assault. Um,
That's some
see,
pretty
what was
heavy
the
stuff.
other?
That's heavy stuff. It's heavy stuff. Theft, child abuse,
and you can't do
domestic,
that.
right? Because all the people are gonna, they're not gonna
Yeah,
see that.
you can't do that.
Yeah, they're not gonna. Oh, get up off of me! These doggone cats jumping up on me. Um, she the fact of it, uh, yeah, they this one I told you, short class. He just gonna just come and jump on me like a lion. All right, that's worm. Yeah, he gonna jump on me like a doggone lion. I flipped him off real quick. And when they're little like that, they haven't learned to control their little claws. What, Nehemiah?
Yeah,
Okay,
Trish,
no, stay with
Trish
you.
uh, allegedly has a nonprofit. Listen to Miss Gina video about Trish setting up GoFundMe in Miss Gina's name without Miss Gina knowing about it. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that she had did that.
See,
That
that's
she
fraud.
had set up a GoFundMe in her name.
That's fraud. That means you're trying to
Let
get.
me,
You're trying
let
to.
me tell you,
That's embezzlement.
yeah,
You're trying to get money from people. That's scamming. Oh no,
let
that's
me
a
tell you
federal
something.
thing. That's a
I
federal thing.
I know for I've never. It's not me. I've never been to prison about it, but I know someone very close to me that is sitting in prison right now because they had a nonprofit running a nonprofit and was working as a contractor for the U.S. military, and they didn't separate the money, their money and the
From the
nonprofit money,
government money. Hmm.
and they're doing 5 years in the women's penitentiary because of that. They don't
And
nonprofit. You do not play with their money.
and when
You
she
don't
gets out,
play with
she won't, she'll
scamming
never be
them,
able.
fraud
Right, she'll
them,
never. When
embezzlement.
she gets out, she'll never be able to get a business, a non-profitable business. All right. She, if anything, she might be able to get a hot dog stand outside of a ballpark trying to support herself because ain't nobody gonna hire her because it was involving scamming and embezzlement and dealing with money.
Yep. And
Nobody's gonna hire her.
they do not
No one
play.
is going to hire her. She's not going to be able to have her own business. I'm telling you, the
you
only thing she'll be able to do is get a hot dog stand and stand in a ballpark. But she's not going to be able to do. Who's
yeah,
going to hire
down
her like that?
in New York City, the best thing for her to do because can you just think about this? I don't know why. It's the best thing for her to do. You got these 15 people that you have royally pissed off. Okay, because you put their name on some mess. I guess you did. Maybe you didn't think that would go as far as they are, like getting attorneys to sue you.
Hmm.
Can you really afford to be in 50 states being sued by 15 people?
That'll take everything you
Say
own
each one
and
of them take you to civil. Yeah,
decom.
say all
That,
15 of them
that she'll end up
take you
poor,
to civil court.
but she'll end up poor
Yeah,
and in
she'll be in a
and in prison. She'll be in prison
in prison.
and poor. Get out of my face right
Um,
now. Get out of my
yeah,
face.
that'd be the best. That that would be the best place for her because she's gonna be homeless. She's gonna be not having anything because if you got people they're suing you for $5,000, the most you can get at civil what is it civil court is $5,000 times 15 people. That's a lot of money. Can you
It is.
can you can you
And
go to
plus
every one of
judgment.
those states?
And put oh now and plus prison time now. Prison time too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In prison time.
And that's not even including the lawyer that she might have to get. And if she gets a public defender, you know she's doing time.
and you're gonna get more than 5 years. You're gonna get more than 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because believe me, 'cause when I know, oh, 50,000. That was the first payment, $50,000 to pay the attorney up front to represent her. 50,000 the first time, first payment. So see,
And
the
and,
best
and,
thing
and
for her to
you know
do.
what too? And you black.
Hmm,
And you black. You
yeah.
got all the odds against you, girl. You black and
Mhm.
you're messing with
I would
government
take.
money. I would just tell
Yeah,
everybody
that's
I'm
the wrong thing
sorry.
mess with.
I'm sorry. I'll write a letter saying that I didn't do right. I'm sorry, and just kill it because you're gonna end up homeless and
And
doing
and
time.
and I would be and I would go somewhere, but it wouldn't be on YouTube. I'd be sitting in my house, scared to answer the door or the
Yeah,
phone for for a couple of months until
yeah.
I think I'm clear
That's
and
right.
keep my
That's
butt
right.
off of YouTube
Keep my butt off of YouTube,
and
social
hope.
media, everything. I become a hermit.
Mhm.
I be living like Jason
And hope to
in some
God
I be living like Jason. Jason live in
yeah,
they call it a cave. It look like a cave. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
yeah. I'm serious. Because man, because we were shocked when they told her, you need to turn yourself in. My my mouth dropped. She said, "I'm gonna have to go ahead and I'm gonna have to turn myself in." She's like, "No, are you serious?" She said, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Yeah, because if they
play
have to
that
come
money.
looking
They don't
for
play
you, it's
that
worse.
money."
Yeah. And if they have to come looking for you, it's worse. And the
Mm-hmm.
people that you scam, they're going to be
I
out
was
to
like,
get you. Yeah, but the people that you scam are going to be out to get you too. They'll hire somebody to get you. Some people don't
so
play that.
it's just, I mean, you may been trying to look good to certain
Yeah.
people and trying to play big shot, but ain't no time to try to stick your chest out and play big time. Apologize and tuck your tail and go
And go
go
hide.
on
Go hide
and
somewhere.
just yeah and pray and be happy that you may have gotten off and
Mm-hmm.
leave them people alone. I promise
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
you, no, you can't play with that money. You can't play with them people, especially when another part of the crime is you cannot dox people
That's
and
against the law too.
gain
That's another
uh,
charge.
monetary gain. Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's a felony. Mm-mm. She's opening
Hmm.
up the doors for the FBI
You
to
can't
get on her
do that.
butt. She's opened up the doors, not just Marshall. She's opened up the door for the
Yes.
FBI to knock on her door.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
believe
And then
you
this Miss
me,
Gina thing, talking about opening up doing a GoFundMe for somebody that, and they uh didn't know that she had
what was
opened
her
a
reason?
GoFundMe. For.
What happened to Miss Gina that she needed a GoFundMe?
I don't think she even knew. Fifi, did she? What was the reason? Did Miss Gina need the GoFundMe?
Just cat, stop it. Hmm.
That's yeah. I know what me and Lee's sister went through, what she's still going through.
VS is on YouTube. Believe me, she's on YouTube. She may not be saying that. I believe VS is on YouTube. It's just that we don't know who she is. Because I seen
We
them do a
made
video and I seen VS and she would go in and out of it. Like you just see her real quick and out of it. And you heard a little bit of her voice in the background. And that was what, about 2 months ago? And I don't know who she was with. I don't know if it was Sean Bradley. I know it was somebody. And she was talking in the background. I was like, what? She wasn't supposed to be on there at all. And then you didn't see her anymore. I think that was like about 2 months ago. I don't know. It was someone that we know, and she ended up, and she was drinking something. I don't know if it was a Coke or whatever, and she was talking in the background, and you saw her face, and then she dodged out of it, out of the scenery. But that was like about 2 months or so. Yeah, about 2 months ago. She's on YouTube. It's just that she's not
okay.
making herself known. And anybody who thinks that she's not on YouTube, there's something wrong with you. There is no way.
Yeah,
She's just not
yeah.
corresponding with people. That's all.
Mm. And see, she said her son accident.
Seriously,
Oh, when her
Seriously,
son had the
Sir
accident
King. See, how could you believe that that's Sir King
that
when
turned
we can see the face, but you hear the voice? That's a man's voice, Sir
that
King.
turned out not be her
How could you
son.
believe that
That turned out to not be her son.
they turned out to not be her son? I believe V.S. is Sir King. Sir King is a man's voice.
Yeah, don't. I
Dcop
mean,
Sir King is a man's
I
voice.
don't know how. Yeah, it sounds like this man voice to me, but I know people say about this voice changer, but I'm not familiar with voice changes because at first they were saying that he was using the voice changer, and he said he's not. His voice now is his voice, but I don't know about I don't I've never heard a person that used a voice changer, so I don't know what it sounds like. Um, I would know if it was a man or a woman. I'm not familiar with people that use a voice changer, but it sounds like a man. I mean, it sounds like a man voice to me, but like I said, I don't know what it sounds like when a person uses a voice changer.
Have been following VS long enough to know her strategy. I strongly don't believe that Sir King is VS. But
Some people think that
we're all
Sir King
entitled.
is some people think Sir King is Brent.
I was gonna say they say he's the Wrench,
Somebody is.
but Wrench doesn't do a voice. So he does a voice something where it changes, the voice changes, like where you can't. It sounds almost like he's an alien. Remember when he was talking about me, and the only one that was able to decipher what he said was Nadia.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He did. Yeah. And I I was like, I don't know what you saying, Ranch. And I guess
I
he
knew he was
wanted it
talking
like
about
that, but
me, but I
Nadia
couldn't.
understood.
Yeah, I knew he was talking about me. And I listened, I said, that devil is talking about me. But Wrench, I never did anything to Wrench. Wrench came at me and I clapped back. And every time he came at me, I would clap
Hmm.
back. And he just didn't know how to fight me because the way I would say to him, are you kidding me? It's like the things he said to me or about me really didn't bother me. Because I would tell him, you're a
Hmm.
non-factor. You think I really care about what you say? And no matter what he said, he couldn't get back up with it. So, and then that's
Yep.
when I said, you know what? I'm
Listen,
not going to allow
people
you
say,
to disrespect for me. I told him, I'm not going to allow you to disrespect me. That's one thing I'm not going to allow you to do. And I stood up again. But I told the wrench, you're a non-factor. So what you say about me or me ain't no, you're not hurting me. You're really hurting yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
he's just so pissed off because because he
Yeah,
just couldn't win with me. No matter what, he just couldn't win.
maybe the rich Nadia. I just know Nadia.
And Nadia was able to decipher what he said.
Yeah,
What?
Nadia was able to decipher what the wrench said.
Yeah.
We
Sir
couldn't
King,
understand what the wrench said.
Sir King, the wrench
Not
is not
you.
Nadia. The wrench is not Nadia. We know
He
Nadia.
understood.
Nadia was able to what they call it, interpret what he
Uh,
was saying.
yeah, because he spoke. He well, I guess you could say spoke, but he spoke on my platform, which
Yes.
he haven't
It was
done on
muffled like it was some kind of
platform.
alien, but Nadia was able to explain each thing that he said. And I
He
knew it
said,
was about me
because
because
none of the rest,
Wrench will come at me every way, but
because the
he
rest
just
was.
I never did Sir King, I
Let
never
me.
did anything to Wrench. Wrench just couldn't get me. No matter what, I would clap back. And I guess I did it in such a way that I really didn't, it was like, Wrench, are you kidding me? You're a non factor. And I think he just hated it. And then he would come at
Wrench
me.
is
And then oh, okay.
Wrench was. I wasn't here for that, so I don't know. No, you wasn't here. You wasn't
You
here
weren't
for
here
that.
for that, but that's why
Uh,
we were telling you, and I'm telling you from the horse's mouth because it was me that he was talking to.
mhm.
So you're not hearing it from a third
uh,
party.
and
You're
somebody
hearing it from the person he was talking to.
and somebody said in your chat today was trying to hint that you was the wrench. And when I tried to, I don't know who that person was, but when I tried to go back and respond to that person, every time I tried to go back and respond, I couldn't find them. I was like, they was like, ain't that the same way you used to fight with the wrench? I was like, now who is this? Somebody I had never seen, I never heard of.
Wrench
It's
was
like
a
the wrench was always
he was a little blue
wrench was always
alien avatar
mm,
that was a non-factor
always
in the
doing
book. And
always
he
doing something he ain't had no business
right,
talking
right. And he
to me.
would get put out of everybody's chat, and I look at it this way. I don't care who you are. You are a non-factor to me because if you ain't paying my bills, you ain't paying my rent. Like Lady Nikki says, if you ain't doing the 3 F's, then you a non-factor. And I agree.
Oh, that was Jason's page. Oh, that was. Mhm. Oh, he just oh, so he he
They
just
say
wanted to
I'm
try to bad
very
mouth
so
the ranch.
yes,
He was trying to
indeed.
bad mouth the ranch. He know I I had to go off on ranch one time while he was misbehaving, coming in my chat acting a
Hmm.
fool. But I think that was Jason. I really think that was Jason. That's why I cussed him out. Had to cuss him out. They say I am everyone. Zilts and mention. I don't know Zil. I don't know Zilts. I don't know who that is. I've never seen him. Don't know him. Never heard him until you start talking about Zilts. Now Benji, I know, but hell, it's been so long. I wouldn't know what Benji looked like.
And VS, you know. What does VS stand for?
Yes.
Huh?
I don't know. Yes, I don't know.
Your cat is jumping around, acting crazy, and knocking a whole bunch of things back there.
I don't know what BS stands for. Oh, yes. What is the name?
Well, VS ain't her name. Isn't the abbreviation? Because her name is Susie.
No.
Remember, her name's
Oh
a
yeah,
Susie,
yes.
Susie or something like that.
Uh, yeah. I don't know what that BS stands
Unless
for.
it's Victoria, Susie, or Susan, or something like that. These kittens,
I'm
I'm
gonna whoop.
telling
I'm gonna whoop. Sir King's. I'm gonna whoop Sir King's behind if he get if he start talking smart to me again, trying to talk smart to me. You know, doggone well, I know what I'm talking about. Now you and or you either stop that, Sir King, stop putting shit on your page that comes from somebody like Jason. Well, that was just yeah. What did he say? That's it.
I
Did
don't know.
he disappear?
I know he just said, "Oh,
He
that
ain't
was
saying nothing
Jason's
new.
page." No,
That's a new page.
he dropped out of
No,
the clouds
Jason,
when
no, he
we
better not stay
mentioned
on
his name. When we mentioned his name, he dropped out of the clouds.
the. Yeah, that's because because of what
Oh,
I'm
there he
talking
is.
about.
He's
Talking to
back.
him
He's
about.
back. Yeah, you right.
Don't be sitting there looking
You,
like that. You know what I'm talking about. Cause
you know you dropped out of
cause
the
you
clouds.
know I here he knew I knew he was gonna be in my clouds because he knew I had to go ahead and make that call to the police department.
You were concerned about
He
what,
wants the
sir?
public to
Thing?
know I was.
Concerned about me? Ain't nothing to be concerned about me about. I'm good.
Oh no,
I needed the
no.
public to know I was
He
concerned.
talking. No, Sir King, you know doggone well. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter that I am an ex law enforcement officer. Okay, it, it's not just my responsibility or my obligation. Anybody that knows if some lunatic says that they're going to cause harm or imminent danger to any other person, you are obligated to say something, call 911 and report it. Once you report it, that's all you have to do. Okay. But let me, let me finish telling you. I didn't mind doing it, but what I needed you to do was because you put it on your page. You put his video. I didn't know. I turned my computer on. As soon as I turned my computer on, I seen your eyes, your avatar, and and then I heard it start talking. I didn't know who it was, and then I picked it up that it was Jason, and then I'm sitting there and I'm listening, and I'm going like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe this." I know, but he wasn't talking to police. He was dispatcher. Dispatchers are not police. Okay, so it was not only my obligation because what if I didn't wake up and turn my computer on? Then who would it have obligation it would have been? Now let me give you a comparison. You said and you've been saying you have this thing that you don't understand why people are allowing this guy, which is Jason, to be calling people the N word. Okay. And I like it is. But my thing is, you did the same thing, Sir King, today. Because everybody, okay, y'all said it was a video, but all of these people that sat there and heard that video and heard this guy lie to the police department, say that it was somebody else that was coming after Tracy to dismantle her body and to cause her imminent danger and harm. Yet no one tried to pick up the phone. No, they are not. Dispatchers are not police. How many times? How many times do I have to tell you? I got 20 plus years, Sir King. You can't tell me. Dispatchers are not police. They are not. They do not carry guns. Only thing they do is answer calls and they dispatch calls to the police. Where they tell them where to go. That's all they do. Listen to me. The same way you and I both felt. How can these black women sit up in Jason's chat after he have called black women and black men the NB words, the N words? They can dislike Tracy so much that they will side up with him just to despise, just because they hate Tracy. And what did you do today? You sat by and you said nothing. And you said, I'm not involved with this. If I had not said or did anything, you mean to tell me that you would have sat there? If this nut would have went to San Antonio today, say he would have flew there today, and he said that, and everybody knew that, you you mean to tell me you would have sat by and let him go there and attempt to do harm to this black woman? That's what you're telling me? You have to understand, Tracy is not my friend. Me and Tracy is not buddies. But I am obligated. I will always be obligated to the day I die. I bleed blue blood. So I have to do the thing. I have to protect, do what I have to do to protect people when I know that someone is out to harm them. When you hear a man say that he's going to go somewhere and dismantle a woman's body and cause harm to her, and then says she deserved every bit of it. Come on, Sir King, you can't be that heartless. They were saying I was not part of the plot. I I never said you was part of the plot. What I was saying was that anybody that knew what this guy was saying that he was going to do to Tracy, and he got on that phone and he lied to the police department, acting as if it wasn't him, when no, it was him talking to the woman. Somebody should have did something and do what she needed to do. They were saying I was not part of the plot. I don't who think you was part of the plot. I don't think you're part of the what I that's not what I'm talking about. Okay. What I'm saying is that you're obligated to pick up the phone and tell the police what you know. If you don't want to tell them anything, for a detective and ask them, can you forward him video? If you don't want to be involved, if you don't want to give your name, that's the least you could do. Okay.
He wants you to drop the link. I'm not
Yeah.
talking to you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you want to come up, so you want to type.
I'm gonna turn my
Dispatches
mic off
obligated
and
to
just listen
report
because I
they
don't know
heard.
about that. I'm just gonna listen because I don't know about
Oh,
the
okay.
subject that you are talking about. I'm gonna turn my mic off.
Oh, okay. Uh, dispatch is obligated. So, so can you stop trying
Hello,
to stop
Deco,
trying
I
to
can't hear
fight with
you.
me and just listen.
Hello, hello.
You can hear me now. Can you hear me? Uh-huh. Can you hear me?
I can't
Can
hear
you
you,
hear me?
Decop. I gotta come back in, I guess, and
Hello.
go back out.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. You can come up.
Hello, hello,
Oh,
hello.
okay.
I can hear you. I can hear you, okay.
Yes. Can you hear?
Wait a minute. Is it me? Hello.
I
Okay.
can hear you.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay.
That was me.
I can hear
My
you.
bad. Okay, my bad.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. Okay. No.
All right.
Okay.
So the
So let
situation.
me see. No, no, no. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the situation
Huh?
was that he made that video. Okay, so you gotta understand that's the same
Mm-hmm.
day that the guy in California had made this tirade going off saying that he was tired of somebody and something, 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 something. Then Jason makes a video with that dispatcher you say or calls the police. Um, that isn't the full. That
Mm-hmm.
isn't the full. That isn't the full clip. He had called another part of the department, I think, the North Side station, I think, or something like that, North Side in Texas, and they routed it over to
Mm-hmm.
wherever that call was. But the thing is, what was it? Okay, the thing is, Tracy didn't put on her community wall that I was involved in this whole thing that's going on. So that's why I put the video out for her to see and for her to hear it and to know that I wasn't involved. So now the video is gone because it's received a takedown. So, but I just put it there so Tracy knows what's going on and she can do what she needs to do from her angle. So that's all.
Why wouldn't you? You couldn't. You couldn't find a better way to try to get her to see that you wasn't involved in that. If she
No,
thought you was plotting.
not at all. Why would you put it on your community board that Sir King or whatever and somebody else is working with no Sir King, Chris and Jason are working on a plot to harm her. Like I didn't. That's not true. That's not true at all. So that common courtesy is thrown out the window. I just put the tape out there so she would know that I wasn't involved. You don't put on your community board. That's the second time she's involved me in a threat regarding her life erroneously. So
Well,
no,
what you should know, if she did it the first time, you should know not to do it a second time, especially something that this serious.
no, but you don't
Uh,
get what I'm saying.
what he said.
She's the one that has made up
Yeah,
these accusations. So I'm putting out there to exonerate
yeah, I
myself,
know.
and I didn't feel as if I felt any responsibility because he was on the phone with dispatch. So dispatch to me, with I guess since it's already dispatch is affiliated with the police department, should have been like, okay, let me. This is of concern. Let me, route this to the appropriate authorities or somebody, or do a trace on the number in which that call came from. I mean,
No, no,
they were.
no, no. Dispatch, not just dispatch one. Dispatch and go. Because when I talked to her, yeah, I I had to, give her a little shake.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? Okay.
um, yeah, because I mean that's just how dispatchers are. They don't care. They got to sit there for 12 hours and answer calls, and they don't give a damn. They don't have to go and put their life on the line. They just answer calls.
Hmm.
Um, and that's why I said. I mean, it just shook me when I turned my computer on, and the first thing I seen was those eyes that flashed across my page, and then I started hearing it, and I didn't even know whose voice it was, and it didn't. Um, I wasn't interested in hearing the voice because it was what the person was saying, and then it came to me after a while of hearing whose voice it was, and I sit there and I listened, and I thought, "What's that nut?" And I sit there and I listen, and then while I was listening, that's when I was typing to you. I said, Sir King, please don't tell me you knew about this and you did not try to do anything. You did not try to contact the police. You're obligated. When I say that you're obligated,
But the police
did
were
you
contacted.
tell me
The police were contacted.
you didn't contact?
The police were contacted by
Who
Jason.
contacted?
The police were contacted by Jason. Jason was the one that told them everything. So I mean, I'm going to run into the
Yes,
same
but
situation.
did you
If I report it, I'm going to run into
listen
dispatch
to me?
too.
Did did you hear who he said it was that was going to do that?
Yeah, it sounded like the person in
Who,
California.
who did he say?
He said the person in California has flipped out,
No,
and he didn't say he was. I can't hear
no,
you
he
now.
didn't say he was. He said, "You can't hear me."
I can hear you
Why
now.
not?
I hear you
Okay,
now.
he didn't. Okay, you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay,
yeah.
he didn't say that it was him. He he led. He was leading to believe it was somebody else.
Hmm.
Okay,
Right. Hmm.
and then he said that Tracy was a lunatic. The person that he's talking about is himself.
Yeah.
Now, is that not who he's talking about? Yeah,
No,
himself.
no.
So
He
him
was
and
saying.
Chopper.
Well, he was saying. I'm gonna say I ain't put nobody name in it, but he was saying that the person's in California. The person has a health status. He's upset that this person that Tracy has talked about this person's health status, and the person is finally, I guess, I don't know the term he used, but it's kind of broken or went ballistic, and it was going to, I don't know, hop on a plane to see Tracy. And he said it wasn't the day. He was said it's coming up soon, and he said something that he
Yeah.
received a plan or something. I don't know, a plot or a plan, and he labeled Tracy as having mental
Yeah.
health issues.
Apply.
Hmm.
Yeah. He said that she was crazy. She was a lunatic, and that's the reason that the guy is flipping out. And he said when he started off from the way I heard it, and from that dispatcher heard it, and she took it as if he was trying. He was saying it was him that was going to be flying there and doing the harm to Tracy, along with possibly a person from California.
No,
Okay,
I didn't
and
get
when
that.
you start and let's
He
tell me,
he tried
okay,
to. He had learned. Okay,
the
he had learned of a plot. He had learned of the situation. So he was trying to free himself by saying, "Oh, I'm letting law enforcement know of this potential plan. Therefore, I cannot be implicated in it." That's what he was doing, and he was doing it publicly to like
okay,
somewhat
so
exonerate himself.
trying to get himself clear of
Right.
any because did you hear did you hear her what she told him if
Yeah.
when he was saying well she deserved every bit of it. She deserved it.
Hmm.
What did she tell him?
That he was implicating
Huh?
himself. That he's implicating himself in that by saying those words. That he don't care if she gets,
Hmm.
violated and bodily harm.
Yeah. And that this guy was going to dismantle her body.
Yeah, dismember. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. And she said you will be you will be looking at charges
Hmm.
because he said, well, I have him having I have the evidence. um I didn't know, should I turn it over, and saying that stuff. And she was like, are you serious? Do you know
Exactly.
you could be charged?
Hmm.
So when I'm talking, I was talking to her, and I'm like, uh, okay, I I know I know this all sounds really strange to you because it's stupid as hell to me.
Hmm.
Okay, I said this is crazy, but this guy that called and was talking to you, I said I just happened to wake up and turn my computer on, and from what I heard him talking to you, me knowing the guy, I'm thinking, if I'm not mistaken, he's the one that's going to be flying down here. And he said something else about some guy in California, which I know that guy too that he's talking about. But but him to be talking about dismantling this woman's body and all that messed up stuff that he was talking, that is messed up. I said, I don't know if you have a detective in, because that's, I mean, I'm an ex-detective, and I know this is crazy. Okay, it's crazy. And so she was wanting to send uh, somebody to Teresa's apartment to make sure she was okay. I say, but I don't think that they're going. It's not today because if you he said it wasn't today that this was going to happen. I think Teresa is probably still asleep. I just don't want, and I am obligated when I hear this and this twisted stuff that I heard. I'm obligated to to, to report and let somebody know. So that's why I was I was saying I was upset at you because you kept saying I'm not involved in this. I'm not involved with
Not
it. I was
involved
like,
because
how are you not involved with
they
this?
were putting my name in it. Like if
But
you go to
no, but
Teresa's community, if you go to Teresa's community wall, she
no no
said,
no 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 no. You was thinking one thing. I can't say obligated. I'm speaking of law enforcement obligation. Okay, I'm not talking about
but this
somebody
is
accusing you
decom,
of being
decom.
in on the
This
plot.
is
I
crazy
didn't
to
know
me.
nothing about
Decom, this is crazy to me. Law enforcement took the
that.
call. I
Yeah,
don't get how like you're saying that they weren't aware. The call was made to law enforcement. The call wasn't made to another blogger. The call wasn't made to somebody else. Then I can understand what you're saying. The call was made to law enforcement. And I put
to
that
a
on my channel.
dispatcher.
Look, when you say police to me,
Put it on your calendar.
to me, dispatcher and cop are the same. They work for the same entity. So to me, saying that to me is like, okay,
But
that's like saying, oh, it's
okay,
just, I mean, I'm not saying it like that, decomp, but when you say that to me, that's like you saying it
no
as if
no no no.
she's like just like what you would say a call center agent. You know what I mean? I would never put a call center agent and a dispatcher
Yeah,
in the same thing in the same way. You know, that she's being alerted just like anybody else was to place a call at a dispatcher. They will then move that information or transmit that information or transfer that information to the police. You constantly hear dispatchers on their
mm,
walkie talkies. I mean, police officers on their walkie talkie talking to dispatchers, asking for a location, logistics, what does the subject look like, things like that. So when I heard that he was talking to the dispatcher, I'm thinking that she would transfer that information to the appropriate party. That's what I was thinking because contact was
but
made
see,
with law enforcement, though.
um, well, Sir King. I mean, I understand that you. Some people may think a dispatcher is law enforcement. In a way, yes. Okay, yeah, they sort of kind of are, but they are basically just like a call center. They just answer calls, and when they get a call that the police need to answer to go to, they call them and they say you need to respond to so and so, so and so. If I had Teresa's address, then she would have called them and sent them to Teresa's address. Okay, uh, but I'm saying you don't know that. But understand me. I'm not blaming you because see, I heard about you saying that Tracy was trying to blame you for being in on that plot. I didn't know anything about that. Okay, so I apologize for that. I'm not blaming you for that. Part that I was saying is that being obligated. If you understand me, I just woke up. I just turned my computer on, and all I seen was your eyes, and then I heard the video. And that's when I started typing to you, and that's why I was like, "Come on now." I mean, you don't have to like the girl, but do you want? Because I'm thinking this is this nut that's going to talking about dismantling her body. So that's why I say you're obligated. You put that video on your page. Okay. No, I didn't know the whole story, but it still remains the same. If it had been, if it had been that it was Jason that was saying this, but you're saying that he did it to try to clear his, clear himself, so he wouldn't be blamed for it, and that is somebody else. Okay, so okay,
Right. And yeah, yeah,
but
exactly. And if it
mhm,
was like I said, if it was a conversation between another blogger, then I could understand the obligation. But
mhm.
the conversation was between law enforcement. So I mean,
But you
that's my
know, you know if did he give his name?
who
Do you know,
who
Jason?
did he give me his name?
No, 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 not you. Did he give the dispatcher his like
I'm not. No,
when he called in? Did he? You don't know. Or
I don't think.
that's
I
what
don't
I'm
think.
saying.
I
Because
don't think.
if you don't think he did, yeah.
Mm.
So the reason I asked you that was the same reason. If if I if I had Tracy's address, I would have sent a police officer to Tracy's
But she said
door.
he said her address. It was there. I mean, pretty much they can. They said the name of the complex, and he said the apartment number. So in San Antonio, I mean,
But
San Antonio,
the one that I
yeah.
spoke to, I did know it. I did know Tracy's address. But if he didn't, if so, therefore, if he didn't give his name, um, she would ask him his name, his phone number. Uh, usually
But
they ask you their
law enforcement
birth.
wasn't even concerned. Law enforcement wasn't even. She wasn't even concerned because he told her that the plot was originated from someone coming from California. So they were like, okay, well, that needs to be on the California department. Needs to be, you know, I guess
So that's
alerted.
okay. So that's yeah. So that's why I'm saying, even though he called, even though he called, it didn't go anywhere. So the dispatcher didn't. She wasn't able to make an incident report or offense report. I mean, she couldn't do an offense report because she's not a police officer. But she couldn't do an incident report or anything because first she didn't get any information from Jason because supposedly it wasn't him that it was somebody else. So the person in California is the person that they need the information from. So you see what I'm saying? Even though he called, there was no information to give her, so she could give to a detective or a police officer. It probably will go to a detective. So there was no information given. There was no information taken. So how can they give it to anybody else if there was none? You know what I mean?
Well, not really, because I just feel as if that was on the dispatcher to get that information from him. Like she didn't even ask, okay, sir, what is the name of the woman that may be potentially harmed? Do you know any of that? I mean, enough information was given about the name of her place of residence and so forth. I mean, you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is
That's
that
what
contact was made
that's
with law
I
enforcement,
know.
and
I know. That's why I told you I had to, talk a little talk because dispatchers don't really, that really ain't what they concerned about. Okay, so that's why I said they not really that really concerned. Okay,
hmm
that's why she told him, well, the person, the information that we need, or is the person that's supposed to be doing this, which is, as you said, the person that's in California. And so basically, what she's saying, if you don't have that person's information and and the stuff about that person, I can't help.
Yeah, but then again, I can't call California and be like, hey, just be
No,
saying it.
not you, not you. No, 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 not you. I know you can't. I was just saying. Basically, that's what the dispatcher saying is basically saying when she said to him, the if it's not you, not I'm talking about Jason. If
Hmm.
it's not Jason, then I need that person the information of the person in California. And since Jason can't or won't give them the person's information in California, there's nothing we can do for you.
Right.
And I would say the same thing if I was, if you call me, I would tell you the same thing. Well, if you can't give me the information that I need so I can make a call or talk to someone, I need a name. If you can't give me a name, then there's nothing I can do.
Well, the dispatcher didn't even ask for it though. She never asked for that woman's
She's
name.
not
She asked
concerned.
for
She wasn't concerned.
that. Yeah.
She didn't care.
And
She
he
didn't
talks.
care.
If you notice, he talks a certain way as to make him seem as if he was somewhat developmentally delayed, so that she would not take that call seriously. So.
Yeah, because and that's why she didn't ask him for his name, his phone number, his nothing, because normally that's what they do. They try to get the information from the person that's making the call.
Right. No, I understand.
But he was sounding the way that he was sounding. She probably said, "Well, I'm not going to be bothered with him."
Hmm.
So yeah,
He's done
but
that.
no, I
He's
just want
done
you
that,
to
but
understand. I would that. Hmm,
no, he's done that before.
what you say?
Where he's done that before, where he
Oh
would
yeah.
make himself sound slow. You know.
Hmm. Yep. Yep. But no, I just understand. I wasn't when I kept saying obligated. It's
Hmm.
because I didn't know uh, that Tracy had or whoever people were blaming you, thinking you was plotting against her. I didn't know that
Hmm.
part. I just didn't want uh, nobody going and talking about dismantling uh, someone's body because uh, there's psychos that will do, and I'm not
Hmm.
one for you know thinking that it can't be done and it haven't been done because people do people do that.
Hmm.
So
I
I
get.
don't take that lightly. Hmm. Yeah. So that's what that was. And no, I don't think he was. No, I don't think he was plotting with nobody on that. Mhm. No, so don't don't take me
No, I
wrong. I
understand.
just
No,
that's the police in me.
no, I understand.
Yeah.
I
I
understand.
have
So,
questions.
but I
Oh,
mean, I
oh no,
mean,
no, I was looking at.
no, I understand. So, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Fifi said I have questions. Why not email her? You may not have an email. You have a. Oh, she said why not email her? She may not.
Because,
Well, I don't think they get along well enough to.
yeah,
Even if he could email her, she may not. She may not.
she won't open it, and
May
she's
not
paranoid
believe
or
it.
whatever. So, I just felt like putting it on a public, put it on the way on a platform would have gotten to her faster and easier without all the other drama coming behind it. So,
And that she may listen to it and okay, yeah.
mhm.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not there no more, but it is what it is. So, All right, Dcop,
Well,
I'll let you go.
hopefully, all righty then.
But what, let me ask you this:
Have a
why is
good one.
law
Have a good
enforcement?
one. Did you have a live? Huh?
Yeah, I was live. I was live earlier. I was
What's
live
that?
earlier. I was live earlier.
Oh, okay.
But why?
Oh, yeah.
Why is law enforcement not
Mhm.
doing anything regarding the situation that's going on? Um, the cyberbullying, the cyber harassment. I mean,
It, I really think it's um. Now, which part are you? Which um the you talking about the doxing part, or you talking about the Trish part?
oh, I'm talking about the. I'm
There's
talking
two
about. I'm
parts of
talking about
this.
the New Mexico part. I mean, he's on
Well,
camera.
sister,
I mean, he's
it's
on. Listen,
it's
because he's on camera. He's on camera impersonating people and impersonating being part of, just in doing things like lying about who he is to get personal information. And it's all being recorded. And I just don't understand why law enforcement hasn't stepped in and stuff like that. I just don't get that. And it's not like law enforcement isn't on his
well,
radar. I mean, on their radar. I mean, he did have an incident with the FBI, right? So it's just weird.
well, you know what? FBI can take their time and taking it slow and watching them, but I'm not. I don't know what kind of incident did he have. I hadn't heard. It's just something I didn't. What
But
incident
the
did
one
he
I
have? I
saw,
know when talking about when he was called.
well, the one I saw is he called Kwani's job and posed as if he was an airline employee. That's the one I saw to get information from her
Oh yeah.
employer. So that's one
Oh
instance,
Lord.
right? Then what's the other instance? The other
Yeah.
instance is he's going around and harassing Trisha's associates to get information from them. That's another one.
Oh,
So he's, I
well, I
mean,
didn't know.
yeah, I mean, he's doing a lot of stuff where he's, I don't know, false
Well,
impersonation.
the thing, what it, what it, what it's about is that how uh, the person that's trying to get something done is how they're handling it, how they're going about
Hmm.
uh, uh,
You're right.
get paper trails and
Mm-hmm.
getting their evidence and videos and if a person is, as I call it, half stepping or being sloppy about it or not being focused, you got to be focused.
Hmm.
You have to be. You need your paper trail. You need videos. You need all the stuff that you can get to show that this guy needs to be off YouTube and
Yeah.
in
I
maybe
mean,
a psych ward. You,
yeah. I
you
mean, the
have to
whole
get that
thing.
stuff together and you have to present it. Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Which-
I agree. I
And
agree.
so
'Cause, yeah.
because if you have like separate people doing separate things, and see,
Hmm.
like with Kwani, to me, Kwani don't never to me never seemed to care to try and get her information and videos and stuff together so she could
Hmm.
go after him for the stuff that she
No, I agree.
and
I agree.
I don't know, but it just seemed like to me.
No, I agree.
So if
I think everything was initiated by him, and then therefore she had to respond. Like I truly do feel that, and I do. I don't know. I don't think, like I said, like you said, you have to be motivated. I don't think she's motivated to address that situation. So,
Yeah, yeah. And then if you got like I don't know what you've done to other people. I mean, I know Trish. She said she did things and she got this paperwork and stuff like that. But who knows? But if she do, she have to be on it. She's got to put time in on getting videos and paperwork and all this stuff, and you got to bundle up and put a bow on it and present it the way it needs to be presented
hmm
to get something done. But it
hmm
seems like no one will stick with it, or they just don't care to
hmm
go after.
no,
And if
I
they
agree.
won't go after, nothing's going to be done.
No, I agree.
And I
You're
think
right.
Quani will probably be the best one because he's done the most for her. But she don't seem like she cares
Yeah, but Kwani
enough
said,
to
yeah.
to yeah. So that's why he gotten away with so much mess.
hmm Yeah, he knows that. He knows that this area
And
YouTube
hope,
would not
mhm,
bother him or be relentless like other areas maybe. So, hmm
hmm but you go over there in some of them other areas where those white people are, they
hmm
will stick at it. They will have you gone.
hmm
They
I agree.
they they ain't gonna play like they do up here. Or not.
I
What
agree.
people say, they probably not going to believe it until something really happens. They probably going to do a 5150 on him first. Well, I mean, many times he called the FBI office talking crazy to them. He
hmm
called them so many times, and local law enforcement talking crazy to them. They know something wrong with him, but I mean, they're n- they're no one's going to do anything if no one is trying to be serious about getting anything done to him. And the only person who has that in their hand is Quan,
hmm
because
Well, no.
all the stuff
Well,
that he
no.
has done.
I think Tracy did too because he tried to contact
Oh
some
yeah,
agencies on Tracy. So, I don't know.
oh yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I don't think Tracy's motivated because she needs him for content. So, I really do feel that. So,
You think does she use him? I
yeah. She needs him for
never
content
know.
because she never struck his pages when her mother was on there, her dad was on there. He was putting her face on there, even
Oh,
some of her stuff. She never struck his page, and because she needs him for
oh
content,
really?
she needs him for clicks and views. Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why he keep doing. That's
hmm
why he keep doing it.
At the end of the
Mm.
day, they don't. At the end of the day, they don't care. I'm coming. I'm coming to realize that they don't care.
Hmm.
And the thing is, I wouldn't care either. But he reaching into people's lives, and that's the thing. That's unfortunate. So
Realize.
yeah,
Yeah,
realize.
yeah.
Because you don't know that dispatcher
Mm-hmm.
may have thought that Tracy was needed to be 5150 based on what he was saying. If she was really concerned.
Yeah,
So
yeah. He probably did. I mean, she probably did. It was the way he said it. I was like, he
yeah,
didn't tell that
yeah,
woman that.
yeah.
She
So
probably just threw that little paper to the side. Mhm.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Absolutely. I, yeah.
All right,
Well,
Decon,
we'll
I'm
see.
trying to let you go. So
Hey,
good talking to you.
all right.
All right. Take
All
care
right.
now.
You too. Take care. Have a
You're
good one.
welcome too. Bye.
Okay. Sleepy. Everybody else sleep. Yeah, they've been up there sleep. Oh, okay. So you could be immigrant because real no one really know who you are. Well, yeah, when you don't care about him. Yeah, Teresa had numbers before Jaden. Oh, oh, Jay Wilson. That who you say, Jaden? Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Jason, not Jay. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, that's hey, if it don't bother them, it don't bother. Oh well. So, you feeling better now? Oh, Fifi. But yeah, it's been a long time. I hadn't heard Tracy talk about Jason. Well, I mean, I ain't been in on this chat in a long time. But I listen from the clouds. But unless maybe she cussing them out, she give them a good old cussing out. She give them a good old cussing out. Well, okay. No, Blake, did you fall asleep? I think they are. Oh, yeah, it's past Love Blake bedtime. Uh, the purple, yeah, she's sweet too. I can tell you, all of them that sleep, they probably sleep in the chat. Love Blake, now she might have, she might have went on. Yeah, just, everybody sleep except for you and me. Clean up some more. Well, it depends if I can stand up without being so too sore. No, my goodness, Lord have mercy. They just need to get some sleep. These people need to be Hey, I tell you, stop it. You can't play with it, but just go around playing with people's life. Stop. They're too old. They're too old for this shit. Little curse word. I don't understand. Life for me, I can't understand how threaten people's lives, somebody's life, talking about dismantling their body and violating them. That's that's creepy. When I heard that, it just gave me the freaking chills. I'm violating, violating some woman and dismantling her body. Do you know how many? That sounds like a. That sounds like a serial killer to say something like that. You come look like we the only ones awake. Yeah, I know. All the rest of them fell asleep. Yeah, they'll wake up once I sign off. It'll be morning time. Some of them wake up and be like looking around like, "Was I still on? Was I still signed in?" Yeah, you were. Who knows? These people, these people get really dark sometimes. Get off YouTube. If you got to get that dark, talking about dismantling somebody's body, and if you said it, I do believe you meant it. And if you said it, I believe you wish you could do it. You started folding clothes. Yeah, that's that's you hear that shit on TV. Once something like somebody like Hannibal Lecter. You just got to turn that computer off. If somebody angers you that much, I started cleaning up today. So well, I was sitting there trying to think, did I put some clothes in the washer? And now that I think of it, you got my folded clothes. Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Yeah, I said I took it wrong because oh yeah, gone. I, I forgot. I got close to four. I just looked down here and thought that I got close. I might go for my dog. But I'm sitting here instead of cleaning. That way I can stand here close to the bed. Yeah. All righty then. Gonna be around on tomorrow's Saturday. Oh, tomorrow's Saturday. All righty then. I I get finished cleaning and I'll probably go around about 9:30, something like that. Try to finish cleaning up. Yeah, probably 9 o'clock, 9:30. Yeah. All right. Well, you have a good night. Get your clothes folded. Go fold mine. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care of yourself. All right, Cassandra. You're still out there in them clouds. I will see you tomorrow. Take care, Cassandra. Get you some sleep. And all my people that sleep in the chat. Wake up, wake up. I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a good one. All right. All right, people.